Hey. Yo, it's me. It's Tress. It's 2 a.m. My alarm goes off in 4 hours. But hey, it's round 1. It's Namaha versus RoskaTyrant. Somebody needs to be here. I'm here, and I'm glad I'm here. And I say welcome to all of you. This is gonna be a Tress seed. So let's mute the music. And let's dive into the action together with the comms for today. And that's Yoshikion and Lord Xena 230. Yo,
Trez, go to bed. Just go.
You can't make me.
It's fine. It's just like the standard European OoTR community thing at this point, I feel like.
It is. Every one of you just is awake at 3 a.m. Like, but this is going to be a good one. We've got Namaha, also known to our community as everyone's dad, and RoskaTyrant, who is not known as everyone's dad. But this is going to be a good one.
I feel like I'm scouting a little bit. We've got the multi-world match with Namaha and his team soon, so I feel like I'm scouting a little bit here. But
yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah. So fairly close in terms of seeding. Namaha definitely, I know, struggled to get like a few qualifiers in towards the end because he, injured himself during quals and
devastating injury with a bagel slicer, lost his whole arm.
He's now a cyborg. It's like, actually, he's saying it himself. It's like actual fact that
he did it. We were having a conversation about that in the background of whether he would resize his stream, and he did.
He's just making it harder work for Trez.
Yeah. But
yo, I reacted to this.
A water medallion start.
I reacted to this within 10 seconds. Just saying.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, what are you hoping for this one?
Oh god, have we had a Frogs 2 yet?
Not that I can recall, but I obviously haven't watched every seed.
Yeah, same. I've missed a few in between, but I don't think we've had a Frogs one yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we've definitely not had a Blue Fire one. Like the buying Blue Fire.
Ooh. Dueling tunics, pink and purple. Which one do you pick?
Roska's. Every day.
I gotta go with the pink on this one.
Okay. Can I just say that Namaha gained like 3 seconds walking out of Link's house? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Magic in Mido's house.
Magic's awkward because like it doesn't do. Okay, that's a big one.
How many did he get? Give us a pause.
We're not going to see a pause for a bit. Oh no, we are. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay,
never mind. They're not important.
Back in the way. Sure.
Okay, so those shoes are virtually useless, but Namaha may think they're a huge advantage.
Well, I mean, it's Mido's house. I don't think.
Well, maybe not a huge advantage, but like that we may be getting some Logic stuff.
Yeah. So Namaha's just going straight early adult. None of this Grotto Twal, none of this.
Yeah. Even with explosives not doing South High Roll. I generally, if I get explosives in like the first 5 checks of Kokiri, I would go down to remote southern and then into the lake and all that.
See, I'm gonna sell out a little bit on my end quickly. So we started the OoTR podcast recently, and we've just done an episode on opening routes that released like yesterday. And so I spent a lot of time talking about how I love 3-song, and I will always try and do 3-song into Lake Hylia, and explosives make that so strong.
So, Yoshi, when am I gonna be on that podcast?
We have an episode, like a topic that we want you to come and talk about at some point, but it's a question of when it makes sense to do. We do have a topic in mind, I will say that.
I'm so hyped. Probably gonna be about, like, being terrible at OTR. Or...
It's the best ways to trash talk an app. It's actually just the best ways to, like, trash talk ATZ during races.
That sounds like minigames.
GTD way the hero. And a Goron tunic in the remote southern.
Ooh. Namaha! That good old NA aim.
Yep.
So meanwhile, Roska did go to that grotto that you were talking about earlier, the Southern Grotto there, which does make it a bit awkward if he was going to do the kind of open grotto to Owl route. Mm-hmm. So Roska might just do South Hyrule into Gerudo Valley here.
It would make more sense. The Goron is dead. Adult Shooting is dead. Burning Cack is Minuet. Ocarina of Time is Nocturne, it's AD.
It's all dungeons.
It's all dungeons.
Ooh boy.
Strap in, folks.
I mean, I guess that's good that they got the early magic in case they find Furores. It'll make that a little bit nicer, maybe.
Now that you said that, Furores is going to be in Ganon's castle. It wasn't originally, but now it is. And yeah, Roska definitely going that Gerudo Valley play. And Namaha gonna give us an early pedestal check, see what we get out of our medallions. Okay, that just happened. Okay, cool.
Are you not entertained?
Check at the next pause, I guess.
Did he just oh yeah. What were other hints there? Burning Cack was Minuet.
Yeah.
Adult Shooting is dead. I don't remember what the last one was.
We got the OT Nocturne and
there was another one. There's 4 there.
Was it the Sun's Prelude one?
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. We'll see it from Roska eventually, but we're checking out the Boulder right now. Desert Colossus Way of the Hero.
Odds of that being Zelda's Lullaby?
Maybe. Maybe not. I'm hoping for something on the Arch.
Oh, Gerudo Valley presumably has nothing then.
Lon Lon Ranch is a foolish choice. He's still gonna do it.
That's kind of an interesting hint to get actually, because you go in, get the song because you still want the warp song, and then just leave again.
Yeah.
Also, what was up here? Roska's climbing up for it.
I didn't see it, but whatever it was, he wanted it. It's a wallet.
Okay, that's not the biggest deal then.
Yeah.
So this whole Gerudo Valley opening has become way less popular recently. So if there was something here, that would actually be a big advantage for Roska potentially, but
it worked out a lot. You saw that in effect in the race last night with Sea Falcon and I'm blanking on who their opponent was. But just Sam and Sea Falcon, where Sea Falcon got the bombs in the Gerudo Valley crate at like 10 minutes in, and Just Sam didn't get those bombs until 3 hours in. Yeah, that was So that was Frogs 2 dead, and nothing in the back.
I like the early divergence. We get to see as much of the seed as possible early on.
I could not tell what was at the root of his letter spot.
No.
Song of Time in the windmill.
So also of note, Jabu was Forest Medallion. And then Forest... That looks Minuet. That only looks... So Saria's is logically way of a hero, right?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, Forest locks Minuet.
Yep. Adult Andrew has a stick. See what the back of Impus House has for us. So far, nothing too much. Nothing in this CAC, and continually nothing in this CAC. Oh, we got meme arrows on child shooting. I know you love those arrows, Yoshi. I know how much you love those arrows.
Yeah. That's less bad than some of the other things it could be.
Where is Double D? Golda. Shieldgrave has a piece of heart. This opening has been, apart from the bombs, super dry.
Yeah, there's still a lot to go.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of Deku Tree, for example.
Mm-hmm. Nothing in the box.
Also, yeah, there was a GT. We've actually seen 2 GTG Way of the Heroes at this point. So.
Oh, we've seen 2. Where was the other one?
There was one. Was it Roska just found one?
Was there one in the lake? I guess.
No, Namaha found one. Sorry, Namaha found one in the grotto.
Yeah.
And then there was one really early, like open grotto.
Yeah. And can we get a nice for Roska's rupees in chat?
I feel like that happens quite a lot, but not normally with the adult wallet.
No, because you get full walled and you spend 30 all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with an adult wallet, like.
Yeah, it's a little more impressive.
Oh, it was Lake Hylia. Chat's correcting me on that one. That's good. I know there were only 2. I know we've only seen 2 for sure, but I can't remember where.
Bloopy on Danpei 2 and on Danpei 1, another Bloopy. Yeah, the graveyard paying out today.
Gotta pick him up though. You gotta try and get that shield money.
Yeah, if you go early adult, you need that shield money. Watch me just find a mirror shield. There's just one sitting on top of Dongos. We also have a Way of the Hero GTG, in addition to Colossus.
Yeah. And a Foolish Long Ranch. Is our only one so far?
Yep. Come on, Mirror Shield on top of DC. Make me a psychic. It's a Bloopy.
That? Oh, the underwater item is... Yeah, looking at that is probably a scale.
Yeah, that is a scale. And thank you, Trent, for posting that picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly a pretty convenient scale location, because as soon as you get it, you can logically do diving in the lab. So if iron boots are on diving in the lab, it's actually really convenient. It's the only thing I guess I could say about that. It makes iron boots on diving in the lab less cumbersome.
I mean, more likely it means you can just ignore it and never need that item. But
Yeah. But we want to be
we'll see.
positive.
We'll see what
here.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
Richard. Oh my God! Free shields. 2 free shields in market today.
Namaha is using up a lot of these chews here,
Yeah.
which we know won't be a problem. But
What was that? What was that? Oh, the other wallet. That
wait,
was.
what?
I saw.
Prelude check is Sunsong again.
Yeah, Prelude to Sun Song, and that's Rudo's letter.
Oh, damn! Wallet's not coming in as useful as we'd hoped.
Yeah, far less useful wallet.
Oh, jeez.
See
All right. Yeah.
See if he can pull off the glitchless jump.
Roska's gonna walk away with that letter. No way to get in to domain yet, but well,
Logically.
logically, no way to get into domain. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fairly certain both of these runners. For those who don't know, there's a trick you can do in Zora's River that you basically just pick up a cuckoo and you can, at a certain angle, fly directly into the platform that the waterfall is on and just go in.
I was a little surprised that Namaha was struggling with this because I'm sure Namaha knows this glitchless jump and can do it fine. Gets it as I'm saying that.
Is that shoot the sun is dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it hit me that the setup for that glitchless jump normally involves a shield turn, and Namaha still doesn't have a shield.
And Serenade, which means Malin has Prelude.
Yeah. Which Namaha might actually just completely skip at this point.
Yeah, lots of duplicate hints already.
Yeah, we've seen both copies. Oh, okay, never mind. I was about to say we've seen both Lon Lon Ranch Foolish. We've seen 2 GTG Way of the Hero. We've seen double Burning Cack, double Sun Song at Prelude Check, and I was about to say we haven't even seen a single skull hit. No, right
and there it is. Yep. But Namaha going back child, presuming he'll start the 3-song, go into Deku here and get his bombs as well.
So I don't think that there's a major way that this punishes him at this point.
No.
But the fact that he won't get the bombs until after he's done the market is actually kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit of a setback.
No.
Odds are the letter won't be relevant until beyond that point anyway, but...
And Vanilla ZL.
Is that Zora's Domain access? Is that Ice Cavern access?
It's also, what the fuck is in Colossus? Is Colossus Arsarias then?
Yeah? Yeah, Sarias would make sense. Requiem?
Yeah. Is this winner or loser's bracket? This is round 1 of winners?
Yeah. Yeah, the winner of this will go on to face Killer App, and the loser of this will go on to face ATZ.
So, a lot on the line for the winners here. Alright, let's see if Roska bypasses Longland Ranch at all.
I'd be surprised.
He's still going for it.
Yeah. Like, Namaha might just, on the grounds of already... Oh, no, Namaha. Yeah, Namaha might on the grounds of already having Serenade. But I don't expect Roska will. Like, having that Warp Song is just so valuable in terms of, like, efficiency.
I mean, even Prelude isn't that bad to get. Like, if you're just going in here talking to Malon and getting out. Or just warping to... Probably warping to the forest in his case.
Yeah. It's absolutely worth getting, in my opinion. The only argument is that Serenade basically does the same job. So if you've already got Serenade, then maybe you don't bother, but unless you know you can fix up your time of day, I don't know, maybe it's still worth it for Namaha to go get it as well.
Alright. So I'm interested to see what this Deku tree holds. It's always, I always think it's a strong play to do Deku, even if you know. I mean, it's obviously a strong play here in AD. You have to do it, but like it's 6 Sphere 0 checks and one check you can get regardless without anything.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I
Yeah.
I think there's been exactly one seed where I've not full cleared the Deku tree.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, it mattered in that one. But, and even then, I went in and I did everything except Goma.
I'm always a little sad when I see a Baron Deku, because you never get a Baron Deku before you do Deku.
Again, that's happened once to me, and yeah, that was in the multi-world tournament as well, which has much stronger hints. So,
and speaking of hints, we got new ones. Gerudo Valley Way of the Hero. So something's on the camera.
Yeah.
The wallet.
Zora tunic.
It might be just for buying a Zora tunic.
Oh wow.
Because we don't need to buy Blue Fire. We have Rudo's letter.
Yeah. And it can't be the Goron tunic because the other wallet's available.
Yeah. Also, we found the Goron tunic.
Oh, so that, yeah.
Yeah. I missed the last hint. Was that a repeat of the 30 hint, I believe? 40.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it was 40. 40's dead.
Sorry. So yeah, Namaha picking up Prelude here I think makes sense because you know your Sun Song is locked behind Jabu. So you have no idea when you're going to be able to set up your time of day. This just makes your child routing so much cleaner.
Also, they know Nocturne's on OOT and have no information on Skullmask. So that Prelude, if that's necessary, makes it a lot more manageable.
True, yeah.
Yeah. Because we still don't know if we're going to need to turn in the Skullmask or not. Skipping cows too? Well, we normally do that. They're not usually on unless it's Friday.
I was about to say, what are you talking about? It is Friday.
Oh, it is Friday.
It's Friday here.
That's Thursday here. Hey, a bottle. And, time zones, man. Yeah, it's Friday and you should be in bed, Trent. Happy Thursday/Friday to everyone here, by the way.
This is interesting. Namaha's going to Gerudo Valley. I'm actually a little surprised by that. Namaha hasn't seen the hint. And I mean, I guess this is Namaha playing kind of consistently. I think in general he's not a big fan of this, but he probably also just wants to be thorough
Yeah, but it's also that 1v1 mentality where you always try to, switch up your. Oh, those are hovers in Deku, where you always try to switch up your gameplay in a 1v1 to keep your opponent guessing. Because if you stick to your guns, you're gonna get played. There's gonna be like the metagaming. Like these guys do work on each other. Like they know what they do. They know their usual routes and stuff. So you have to play, sporadically if you want to advantage.
Yeah. And actually, that's probably it. Is like because Namaha doesn't know that Gerudo Valley is Way of the Hero. That hint was near the Deku Tree. Namaha hasn't seen that yet. But yeah, I think part of it might just be you don't. If there's something here and you think your opponent is going to do it, then you don't want to leave it behind and risk throwing an entire race on a fairly early check.
Now, yeah, it's all dungeons, which means we need to get the 3 spiritual stones in order to get the song on OOT, which is Nocturne, which is required.
Which are not in good dungeons.
Yes. Also that. Yeah, we've got a fire, water, and spirit stones.
That is definitely a scale.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. You know what would be even crazier? If it was ZL on OOT with that dungeon layout.
So, I was going to say, one of the things that wouldn't surprise me if it does happen, we've already seen hovers and magic. I'd be surprised at this point if Shadow is actually the final dungeon, logically.
Ooh, nice B1 skip from Roska. With some fancy footwork there, you can get momentary anti-gravity and hop yourself up onto that ledge to skip the entire basement 1 of Deku Tree.
Momentary anti-gravity has to be like the best name for it. I guess OOT has some pretty spectacular names for tricks and glitches, but that's definitely up there. That's in the running.
Momentary anti-gravity is also the name of my progressive metal band.
Mine's Reverse Bottle Adventure. I don't know about. Don't think that's quite as good, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the medallion check, finally.
Yep. And we're going to get an out of logic Goma. Goma's almost always out of logic. You rarely have the slingshot when you fight her. What? Wait, why are we getting added?
It's the wrong Yoshi.
I know, right? Anyway, so you really need the slingshot to fight her. Really have the slingshot to fight her because you can do the B1 skip and finish her up. And she had nothing. Spirit Medallion on Deku. For all the progressive metal band memes. I feel like that was a high point.
I like that Ass Chest was pointed out in chat. Like, I don't think that one would make a very good band name either.
Ass Chest. I could see that being a Japanese band. Gerudo Fortress is foolish.
Ooh.
No HBA today.
Which would be great, except they're probably going to end up... Well, they're definitely going to end up in GTG at some point.
Yeah, they gotta go to GTG. It's Way of the Hero. You never like to see that, because, like, you gotta go there anyway, and it's only 3 checks. Fortress is foolish, yes, Trent.
To be fair, a couple of those are very slow checks during horseback archery, so it's quite nice to be able to skip that, but...
Yeah. Speaking of slow checks, we got Ocarina game on Roska's side. Remember back when you had to do this with 8 notes? Those were dark times.
Vanilla memory game.
Vanilla
Do the
me-
whole thing.
Vanilla
Whole
me-
thing from start to finish.
People skipped it back in those days, and with good reason.
Yeah, that was around the point where I started doing it, and like I think I did it maybe the first couple of seeds I ever did, and that was it. Never again until it got shortened.
Remember when we had? Reminds me of the Freaky Friday we had the way back a couple months ago, where it was like you got the pocket egg.
Oh, the 1.0 race.
Yeah, the 1.0 race, where you got the where the end of child trading led to the end of adult trading, which led to your, I think it was hover boots on Big Goron.
Something
But-
like Mirror
yeah,
Shield, I think. Yeah.
But Skull Mask had the beginning, like it was the pocket egg from Anju. Who rolled this? Trez did.
Yeah, this is a Trez seed, so we were expecting the worst, and we got AD at least.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, for anyone just joining us, we're on all dungeons. Every single dungeon will need to be completed. Nocturne of Shadow on the Ocarina of Time check.
And we have a GTG way of the hero, so we even get one of the side dungeons for sure. I want this to be an all dungeons. Let's see Well and Ice in this. Do you think we can do that?
Ice would be the stretch there, but yeah, seems reasonable.
Wolfos Grotto has nothing. Yeah. So what do you think we're gonna get off Saria here? I think we're gonna get Requiem.
I was gonna say Saria's. I think she's just gonna. Yeah,
you
we're gonna have all vanilla songs pretty much.
You think we're gonna have to logically cross the wasteland?
No, I think there'll be a way over there event. It'll be like in the crater or something.
Yeah. Let's see. Opponents. All right. Well, now we can get to GTG. Can't do much in it, but we can get to it.
I was gonna say, we know Song of Time was early, and they already have bombs. That actually opens up a decent amount of Gerudo training grounds already, which is not really what you want to see at this point, because it's not a place you want to keep going back and forth from. That said, I assume both of these runners know how to cross the wasteland without... Oh, they have hover boots anyway.
Yeah.
They can just get straight to Colossus from here.
Is that worth the rush, though? Like...
Probably not.
I think especially... since you have bombs and neither of these runners have done DC first, you at least do your DC and crater checks, you know?
Right, I think if... So, assuming what we know, like, with both runners at this point, I think you go to do Dodongo's Cavern and you go up to the song in the crater.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, assuming nothing changes it, then you cross the desert. But up until that point, I think if you've still got a chance to pick up the Requiem from the crater, you should try and pick up Requiem from the crater.
Or even the grave at this point. Like,
true. Yeah.
Like, those are two in-logic songs, and technically Ice is an in-logic song as well, but I think you'd take the vanilla Requiem over the Requiem and Ice.
Right, especially with the Colossus way of the hero, it's...
Yeah.
There's not a lot that can be pointing to, and you kind of want to go over there and see, even if it's only for the logic, even if it's, you know... So we pointed out earlier that Minuet is locked behind the Forest Temple, which means that Saria's song has to be way of the hero in the logic.
Yeah.
Even if you go over there and just see that it's Saria's song, that at least tells you that okay, that's written off, that's fine. If you go over there and see that there's something on the arch, you know you need Requiem. At which point, maybe you then push Ice Cavern a little earlier.
Ooh, I don't like this. Namaha is skipping the sword chest.
He'll probably go back for it afterwards.
We'll see.
Probably.
Probably. Probably. Nothing on Rolling Goron and nothing in the spinning pot. Whoa. Oh no, my HDMI cable unplugged from my computer and the stream went away from me. Professional commentator.
Also, yeah, for chat's sake, the bomb bag was in the Kakiri sword chest, and then Ruto's letter was on Bombchu Bowl. So,
yeah,
it's a pretty relevant bomb bag to have, more so than usual. In terms of Way of the Hero stuff, we've seen a wallet in Gerudo Valley, which could be Way of the Hero for tunic logic. It would have to be the Zora tunic, but
we hope it's not. Because that's basically a wasted Way of the Hero.
That is a really bad hint, yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
There is 100% a wallet, by the way. Roska picked that one up earlier. Namaha skipped it, but did go up and grab the wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Roska here going adult. Or no, it looks like he might be going to River.
Yeah. I guess you want to go turn in this letter.
Yeah. Also gives him a lot of hint knowledge on this route.
Mm-hmm.
And our hints have been doubling up like mad, so might be good to get your 50 hints and your rest of the Way of the Heroes. We still have no information on 50.
Mm-hmm. Or Skull Mask, for that matter.
Yeah, or Skull Mask, yeah.
Which, like, I tend to prioritize hints a little more than most people, I think, but you don't want to leave behind Skull Mask if you're planning. If you've done a very long child, well, that chicken is.
Yeah, that I was gonna say. Yeah, that's.
You can't jump from there.
Roska, please.
Is Roska leaving and re-entering to reset the... Yeah.
Chicken? Yeah,
Okay.
That's what he's doing. Interesting. I guess when you throw a chicken over the fence, you have to do that.
If you jump over the very corner of the river, you can make that as child, but then you then have to go back and pick up the chicken because presumably he wants to check everything on the way and can't check the grotto without having a chicken.
Nope. Just a piece of heart on the pillar.
Has Namaha not gone back for bombs yet?
No, he has not.
Oh, has Namaha just saved?
Possibly. I've been watching Roska, to be honest.
Yeah, same. He might be save scumming the bomb shoes here. If he comes in, does Goron City, then resets, he'll be right next to the sword chest to go and pick up that bomb bag.
Eye drops. Big Gohan's dead, but Eye drops. Alright, what's this hint? Colossus Way of the Hero. I think is that our
Second one of those, I think.
I could have sworn that was a third, but
I think we've seen two of each. I think we've had 2 Gerudo Valley, 2 Training Grounds, and 2 Colossus so far.
Yeah. We've had 2 of basically everything.
Is Roska going to go down for the hint here?
No, not when you're trying to check and clip.
Got ZL.
Oh, right, he does have ZL.
I'm a big fan.
I know it's slower,
everyone,
but
yeah, not everyone's a big fan of hints. I can understand it.
I'm definitely the kind of person that prioritizes hints, and Namaha's getting his bomb bag. We can rest easy. And before that's the 50 hint, and the other one's in the terrible grotto. And 50 has something.
Oh yeah, 50.
Ooh, double GTG Way of the Hero.
Yep, that is the third one of those. So there are at least 2 items in. Oh, Roska's just realised he doesn't have the money for diving game.
I looked at Namaha just staring at that bomb bag for a little bit.
But yeah, I was about to say, and now Harry's about to do it.
Yeah.
The question here is, when he warped to Prelude, does he leave to go and check Bombchu Bowling, or does he just go adult and do Donongo's Cavern at that point? And no, he is leaving. He is off to go do some bowling.
Which is the correct play.
It's kind of an interesting one because, like, at this point, you've got to imagine that going adult will also have some payoff at this stage. But Namaha's already done a big chunk of that, so I guess it's less valuable to him specifically. In Roska's position, if Roska had done pretty much the same thing, but, you know, got to the point of play Prelude away, do Bombchu Bowling or go adult, Roska probably goes adult.
Oh, yeah.
Dungeon hints are up to 2 Way of the Hero and up to 1 Foolish. So both of our Way of the Hero dungeons are Gerudo Training Grounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a similar thing works for Baron or Foolish hints, is that we will only have 1 Baron or Foolish dungeon, but we could also have 0.
Right, yeah, if we're going to get a dungeon, it's that last one.
Yeah. You gotta love it when you get 0 dungeon, Foolish, and Way of the Hero hints. That's always a good seed.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I guess it won't even be that surprising in like this. Kind of just doing everything. On the other hand, I guess one of them's got to be last.
Yeah. And Namaha making the same play as Roska. Going straight to river with that Rudo's letter. Let's see if there's anything here in domain. Slippery chest. Okay. Okay, cool. I guess. Goma's in logic now. That's cool. Do you rush target in the woods? Yes.
No. God, no. I guess...
I mean...
I guess you probably go adult after this. And you do target in the woods on the way to Jabu later? That would be my instinct.
Target in the woods is always such an ass thing to route in, because, like... Especially in their case, where at least Roska had bombs on his way of clearing that. So the only thing that's going to bring him back there is Sarius.
Mm-hmm. Is Roska gonna
Yeah,
dip
he's going.
into Jabu as well?
So
This
he's
looks
going-
like a play to get this fairy fountain, get the hint,
Mhm.
and then go into Jabu and warp away from the boomerang chest.
Lost Woods is Way of the Hero. There's our last Way of the Hero.
Oh, we didn't see anything there, did we?
A wallet.
Oh my god. Oh, that is awful.
A wallet, and just by the way, how hints work. Even though Skull Mask is in Lost Woods, the hint won't point towards that because Skull Mask is its own hint. So Skull Mask may have something, but it won't be what's the Way of the Hero hinted.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
If something's been hinted elsewhere, it can't be hinted as a way of a hero.
Chicken Clip is faster, VXR.
I like my hints.
I like my hints too.
But yeah, there are no adult Lost Woods checks. There are 2 that they've not done in Lost Woods that could be the way of the hero. One is locked by Saria's song, and one is locked by the slingshot they just got. I guess that's the argument for not going back for the target in the woods, is that you want to go back there with Saria's song at some point anyway.
But now that you know it's Way of the Hero, I think you have to. Just make sure that the wallet is not it. You know, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to just save and quit to Link's house and then head up there. It's like 30, 40 seconds.
For one check.
But for a Way of the Hero, it's like, and a Way of the Hero that you may, that could be your Megaton Hammer, that could be your first strength, your hook shot, you know? And it doesn't take that long to do. 30 seconds in the grand scheme of things is not that long.
In a 1v1, my instinct is to say that doing it is the risk and skipping it is the kind of consistent play. The problem is, it's a reasonable risk for someone to take, so it's then a question of, do you think your opponent is going to do it or not? I think on the whole, people would generally skip it because you can get it on the way through to other things. You can get it, you know, with a scale diving to Jabu later. You can get it with Saria's song and go up and get both of those at the same time. In Namaha's case, he hasn't touched Child Goron City. Or most of Child Goron City.
Yeah.
So, Roska got blessed. Namaha didn't touch Source Domain.
No, he didn't. I was just about to comment on that. He just turned in the letter.
Yeah, he didn't have the rupees for diving game, and rather than farm just doing the torch run, he just left.
Yeah. Now he's not missing out on too much, just a slingshot, but, you know, got a Way of the Hero target in the woods. So 30, 40, and 50 are guaranteed hints.
He also didn't go past King's Aura, so he doesn't know that Lost Woods is Way of the Hero.
Right. Things are getting spicy. Alright, let's see if this boomerang chest play pays off. Nope.
So, Way of the Hero is basically, it's on the direct path in terms of the logic of the randomizer. So the randomizer will, when it places all the items, it will figure out, okay, you need this item to get through to this thing, and then you need that to get to this, and so on. And that is kind of referred to as the logic of how the randomizer works. Mm-hmm. So whenever we talk about this is in logic, it means they have the necessary items to do this. Way of the Hero says, logically, this is required.
But, oh, there's a mirror I was so close! But logically, Way of the Heroes can also be what we like to call in the Zudo community dumb.
Bait.
Yeah, bait or dumb, either works. Where we have a very good case of that in this seed, actually, where we have 2 Way of the Hero locations leading to wallets, which from what is available could only lead to us buying a Zora tunic. But most runners, and it's not targeted in the woods, most runners of this caliber, actually, I'm going to go with all runners of this caliber, should be able to do Water Temple without a Zora tunic.
Yeah.
So it's completely unnecessary and basically a wasted Way of the Hero if that's all we find in Lost Woods and Gerudo Valley.
And there is 1 check left in each location.
Yeah.
And 1 wallet cannot be Way of the Hero. It would have to be both or neither.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's exactly Skull Kid and Hammer Rocks, or it's the wallets.
So we got something on our hands. I'm not sure what we got, but we got something.
I've got to be honest. Like, the other thing is, it's all dungeons. We know they need to beat every single dungeon song. Getting 2 dead Way of the Hero hints is terrible.
It really is.
You need every single item, and 2 of your hints are just useless.
And that boils down to where the rest of our Way of the Heroes are, where we have a double GTG Way of the Hero, which, cool, you wasted a Way of the Hero on a place that was going to full clear anyway. And then we have Colossus Way of the Hero, which, from our understanding, is probably just for Requiem or Saria's song on the Requiem chat. So we've got a really open playing field where they have very little direction in terms of Way of the Hero.
I was going to say, for people who've been around, for a while, there's been a kind of hints got buffed at one point, and then people complained that hints were too strong and all of that, and it's kind of gone back and forth a few different ways. This is feeling like a very kind of old-fashioned seed at this point. It's all dungeons, and there's very little information to work on. You just kind of have to make judgment calls all over the place, which also leaves a lot more up to chance.
And speaking of judgment calls, we still have no information on these skulls. Yeah. So, how hard do you go on routing them? Because we've seen a lot of hints.
I don't, put it simply. I think as you go through your dungeons, you pick them up along the way. And if that takes you above 20, then fair enough. As long as they're nearby, you pick up a few easy ones next to you. But for the most part, you just... That's it. You just assume that's nothing, and if it is, you've already lost.
Ooh, Namaha missing the ground jump there. What?
Oh.
Come on, Dad! Can't even tell if he's set up right.
Yeah, that was fine. That was good. Oh. Yeah, this is one of the... I was going to say one of the glitches that's allowed, but it's because the alternative is terrible, and it just makes a lot of things so much cleaner, so much nicer to do. Also responsible for a lot of the logic breaks we were talking about earlier. Oh, that looks like the setup done properly. I think. Did he get it? No, okay. A little bit too slow on the second bomb pull. So there's a thing discovered recently where in Dodongo's Cavern, you can throw a bomb into one of the eyes to light it up. And then for the second one...
What?
That movement was, I think that was just rushed.
That was movement.
For the second eye, you throw a bomb into the one that's already lit, and then immediately afterwards, pull out a new bomb and throw that into the one that's unlit.
And Dad is not happy with himself right now.
And what that does basically is there's a separate... I wouldn't say cutscene, it's not really a cutscene, but there's a separate
cinematic.
Scene, there's a separate cinematic for it failing because you've already lit the eye, and one for opening the skull because you've lit the right ones. And it recognizes that you hit the wrong eye, and then when that ends, you can move again. So you end up being able to move while the mouth is still opening. Namaha's timing on it was a little bit off. Just narrowly.
Also, if you climb a ladder while that cutscene plays, you soft lock.
Yes, don't do that one.
Was that too soon?
I've done that once, and I forever ago at this point, but I think it was the first time I ever learned how to do choose strat with that, and this is fine, I'll do this, and then started climbing. I was like, nope, guess I won't do this. Let's try that one again.
I just avoid it by not knowing the choose strat.
It's only a problem if you don't know you can soft lock. As soon as you know that that's a risk, it's easy to avoid.
Ooh, we're getting a check of the grave here.
So this is another thing I'm always interested to see. Song routing is such a big deal to me, and if we're not going to see the hints, I definitely want to see every song that we can.
That was nothing in that DC.
Yeah. Yeah, not great. Also, since it's being mentioned in chat, I'm going to ask you now. Skull seeds, yes or no?
I mean, you're talking to the guy who turned 40 and 50 off for his tournament, so...
I love skull seeds. I think it's an entirely separate skill, which is really intriguing to me. As long as you get the hint. As long as you actually get the hint. If you get a late skull hint, it suddenly goes from being really interesting and really fun to being the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I'm just not good at it.
I think, honestly, I've said this to people before, people I've taught to play random, whenever I've spoken to people. I think pretty much everybody should learn to play with either really beginner settings or key sanity and skull sanity. Key sanity makes you do everything. You have to go into all of your dungeons to find all of your keys. Skull sanity makes you learn where the skulls are, so that when you get a skull seed, you know how to do it.
Hey, and here's my rebuttal.
Sorry. So Namaha just got a hint in Goron City telling him what's the other side of that maze.
Nice. I'm assuming it's dead.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's my thing about about key sanity in this game is I originally come from A Link to the Past. That was my main rando for a while. I switched over to this one. And key sanity in this, for anyone who has played A Link to the Past, is so horrible compared to it. It is so egregious and so cumbersome. I cannot play it. It is awful. There's no flow whatsoever. You just need to do everything, even more so.
Yes, it's notably different. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad, but you know you're in for the long haul. You don't do key sanity if you want just a short, friendly race. You just...
Ooh, Jin's fire on the volcano.
So they've got everything to get into Shadow except for the song that's locked behind all dungeons. Nice. Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Namaha bought the Goron tunic and then hasn't actually.
Did he not go to the grottos? Hey, Song of Storms.
Huh? Where was the Goron tunic again? Actually,
it was in the remote southern grotto.
Yeah, no, he's not done that because he walked away from the Kokiri sword chest where the bombs were. But yeah, like
Rush well.
So I was gonna say, looking at this right now, what would be your next play? Assume you know everything that both runners combined know. What's the next thing you do?
I would finish up this, and then I would Requiem and then reverse.
Yes. Okay. I agree. I think getting over to the Colossus is the Skull Mask as a bomb bag.
Okay, cool. Well, we're not going to see that. That could have been our first bomb bag. Logically, it could have been, but I don't think anybody would have made that play.
See the hint really early before you do.
Before you, but skip the Kokiri sword chest and get that as your first hint in the open grotto. Imagine.
Beautiful. That would be so good.
Light arrows. Yeah.
Hey, not getting a hint for that one. Nice. That kind of makes up for the 2 wallets, I guess, maybe. It doesn't make up for the 2 wallets at all.
There's our 4th Gerudo Training Grounds Way of the Hero. Did Namaha skip the Nook and the...
He looked at it from the top of the volcano. He hovered up to get Dins, and
I can never see it from there.
it was just a heart piece.
Alright.
Roska has not done Adult Cac yet. I assume he'll do it after DC.
He's done a little bit of it.
Yeah, dipped in and jump over to the other side afterwards.
Yeah, he's done Anju and...
Right, he went over to the graveyard and
then
walked up from there. So I guess after this he'll come out, get the man on the roof and the grotto and then warp away, which suggests playing Requiem.
Yeah. I just think that...
So, Namaha just went to pick up the skull and then realized that he'd already done it earlier.
But I do think that, that cluster, having all those Way of the Heroes clustered together like that, you've got to make that play, especially now they're going to get Dins on this and they can get Wasteland out of the way and not think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so valuable. Like, the Colossus is the main one to me because you know if you need to go and plant the beam there. The song is probably just going to be Saria's at this point, but if it's Saria's, you know it's vital. Or one of the items is.
Yeah, but also if it's not Saria's, it basically means Saria's an ice.
It's either Saria's or it's not. Actually, there isn't anything else that could matter. In fact, is it just Saria's and Bolero left?
Yes. Because we have a hint for Prelude and Burning Cac. So if this is Bolero, it actually wouldn't be too upset to see Bolero here.
That means you're going to find an item.
Yeah, it means you're going to find an item, and it also means that Saria's, which neither of these runners need, it's only for logic purposes, is an ice cavern, which means you can totally avoid that area. If, we don't get pushed there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these runners are actually probably hoping for a Bolero.
Namaha going straight to Ice Cavern, though.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
So I'm very biased. I'm not a fan of Ice Cavern at the best of times. But
I'm only a fan of Ice Cavern when I know I know the song.
Yeah, like
the only time I do Ice.
Ice Cavern is like generally my last play, and I get it. It's one of those things that can be really good, but the thing that confuses me here is your Colossus Way of the Hero. Like, yes, it's probably just Saria's, but do you not want to go and check? And if you're going for the song, like, surely you go to the graveyard first. So Ice Cavern itself has 4 checks plus a song.
4 checks plus a song, plus there will be 2 checks. Actually, they already got the fairy, so 1 check.
Namaha didn't. So Namaha will be
Namaha.
able to get the fairy, yeah.
Yeah, but Roska got the fairy.
And then we'll also get King Zora. So
Zora's.
Namaha will be able to get 7. We know one of them is dead. And we'll be able to look at an 8th.
With no scale, that's a little difficult, but I can never tell what's on the icy waters, to be honest. I have terrible eyes. And Namaha getting his Lost Woods way of the hero.
The worst part is you know that's just going to be for a key.
Ugh. But I'm hoping this ice play works out for Namaha. Mostly because I think it's a waste of time and I want to be proven wrong. But,
I guess there's a couple of arguments to this. So, on the one hand, Ice Cavern is one of those plays. In terms of checks, it's relatively low. There's not a lot in Ice Cavern itself, which can make it a good risky play. I don't know if this is the stage where you want to be. I think that was a heart piece phone.
No idea. Not even gonna try to identify it without a single scale.
But yeah, Ice Cavern in terms of checks is relatively low at this point, especially compared to your Way of the Hero locations. The song is almost certainly useless. We know it's Bolero Osaria's, and the other one's in a Way of the Hero Colossus. So at that point it becomes a risk. You don't think your opponent is going to do it, because they're probably going to push that Way of the Hero instead. The flip side to that being, it's all dungeons. So maybe you just assume you probably end up having to do everything anyway, and at that stage, it doesn't really matter what order you do them in, you're probably just doing everything.
Yes, they both know it's AD. It was like one of the first hints we got.
Yeah, almost sat outside the temple at times, so nice and early for them.
Ooh, get nice keist. All right, so what?
Worst enemy in the game.
Yeah. No. The final bosses in this game go in this order: songs, ice keys, levers, that one Gwei, yourself.
I want to give an honorary shout out to like half the enemies in the water temple. Because if you don't quick spin spikes, they're terrible. If you don't get the initial shot on a shell, they're terrible.
Yeah. Always love when Storms is in the crater because it looks silly.
It does kind of look very silly. Alrighty, so you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say the Colossus Way of the Hero is actually an item. It's not the song. It might also be the song. It might be Sari. Do know that is logically required, but I'm gonna say it's an item as well. Partially because there's so few items right now. Anyway, it's got to be somewhere.
And then it was nowhere.
Broken seed. Give
someone
up.
broke the seed. It was something I was theorizing about, which maybe all these bad seeds are just plandos and no one's told us.
I'm pretty sure there's like a theory going around that there's actually just a switch that you can flick.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want a jet seed or a like trash seed? Those are the only two options. Jet or trash, and it's like.
I know this is not how the randomizer any capacity, but I swear your IP plays a role because I was in a call with SDG Sean and Trent last night, and they were literally having a competition on who could roll the worst seed. They rolled 20 seeds each that they had no intention to play, and they just had this competition to where Sean ended up rolling a long shot in water trial, so you could do AD for storms to get your light arrows out of the well.
There was one of the sub incentives recently was a restreamer Plando, and I offered to write a restreamer Plando because I'm generally not that harsh if I do Plando stuff, but I definitely have some harsh options available, and one of them. Yeah, no, one of them is along those lines. But the one Plando I have made, I had Cubs look at it, and he was like, "Wow, I've rolled weeklies that are worse than this."
Yeah, and I played that. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah, it's a fun one. Actually, I highly recommend it. Also, Sponge, what the fuck? My immediate question is, where the fuck were your strengths?
Talking of strength, Roska just took a couple of shots at trying to pick up some grass.
That's always the best.
Also, Colossus is definitely way of the hero for Saria.
Yep, Bolero and Ice.
Might be an item as well, but it's 100% for Saria.
Oh yeah, you were in the call too, Afterlife. Yeah, the song was Bolero. See what the big guy has.
Roska finding that well-placed Goron City hint now.
Honestly, it's not a bad place to find it.
It feels a little bit redundant because you're probably only going there to hover into the corner anyway, but...
Alright.
So, I've spoken a lot before about, like, 1v1s, and how people will feel ahead or behind at different times and whether they should or not. In this position, if you're Namaha, you probably feel behind right now. Ice Cavern was not the intuitive play when you've got Way of the Heroes open, and it had nothing.
Although if a hookshot ends up being here in Adult Link, that's huge.
Yeah, at that point you feel ahead again.
Yeah.
Just like, on its own, single-handedly, that puts you in the lead.
Yeah. Because Roska did not plan to be in, because why would you? But, so far nothing.
And there was just a heart container on top of the arch, so...
Yeah. So, anything here, or is it just Saria's? Because if it's just Saria's...
then these hints are awful.
These hints are awful. These are awful hints.
Kind of want someone to go, I want to see Roska go and do Skull Kid. It's just Saria's. I want to see Skull Kid. I really want to see it now.
Oh, we need Skull Kid and Dad.
So,
by the way, the other Dad.
If it's for Sari, like we know Sarius is needed for forest access, but if it's Skull Kid, then that also leaves open the Hammer Rocks. If Skull Kid is dead, that means it is 2 wallets plus the song.
Skull Mask is a bomb bag. We don't know what Skull Kid is.
Roska's off to do it. Get the dancing dad on the way.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm looking at my Sully's tracker right now that I'm keeping track of everything here, and the densest location they have right now is the well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Bottom of the well is one of the best dungeons, generally speaking.
So I think, especially with Way of the Hero Sarias and Way of the Hero Lost Woods, doing this into well is a good play.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the only thing I would have potentially done if I was in Roska's shoes there was reverse to get some of the training grounds out the way.
Yeah.
It's double Way of the Hero. You've got Song of Time. There's a decent chance you can find at least one of the items there.
But you also have literally nothing that makes it good. You don't have a single strength. You don't have a hookshot. I assume both these run both hookshot lists. You don't have a bow. Like, I think putting it off till you get a little bit of that stuff is worth it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Unless, of course, you're meant to go in there with bombs and Song of Time to get your bow or hookshot.
And we've seen that before.
First hookshot, I've had both hookshots in. Yeah, it's wallets. It's 2 wallets.
That's bull. Like, that's terrible.
This is awful.
This is awful. Like,
Trez. Blame Trez.
Double wallet Way of the Hero. No, sorry. Yeah, well, technically, we got 2 Way of the Heroes, Valley and Lost Woods, both of which lead to a wallet. We've got Colossus Way of the Hero, which only led to Sarios for fucking logic to get to Forest.
Amazing.
Presuming there's nothing here. There might be something here.
The only other hints were both Gerudo training grounds. Those are the only other Way of the Hero hints.
And we're missing basically everything to do Gerudo training grounds.
Wow.
This is
wow.
And we're only at the 1 hour 15 and we're already yelling like this. I'm out of tea.
Oh, God.
Everything could be. The hands don't count as Colossus in 5.0.
Yeah, that was changed at the start of 5.0, yeah.
Yeah. It's what I like to call the Brexit of OoTR, because people thought it was a good idea, but they had no idea the ramifications.
That's depressingly accurate. Wow.
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, I'm biased. I still think they should be part of Spirit, but just not having keys. But yeah, it's interesting now because at this point it just becomes a crapshoot. It's just like, okay, I need to find items. Where are they? Go to just everywhere that might actually have anything. Namaha is making a play to go toward Gerudo training grounds, and like you say, I think bottom of the well after this is probably the next best thing, and we might see that from Roska after Childside Spirit.
Now, if you get a key here, do you climb?
1 key? I'd probably save scum it.
Oh, or you could get that.
Oh.
Things just got interesting.
Oh, the spirit hands having keys makes them really convoluted in terms of logic.
Yeah.
You can get long shot Way of the Hero just because there's a key on the right hand. And there have been seeds where that's happened. Like, there have been a number of seeds where people have been dragged through Stone Shadow for a Way of the Hero, and it's just a long shot. Move on. Long shot that you don't need. And then, of course, you get baited into water and all that. And this was back when people were still getting used to that. And now I think most of the, like, in the tournament, I think most, like, the top runners are kind of used to that. But, yeah, no, it's just... Spirit's bad enough as it is, it doesn't need any more.
Just a red rupee on the Beamos.
So just to catch up...
Oh my god!
What? What? Where are the spirit hints?
I mean, to be fair, we got everything around Spirit of the Hint. It might as well be part of it.
Wow, that is huge.
That is huge.
That is absolutely huge. So there's the hookshot and GTG.
Oh my god!
Okay, so suddenly everything's happening. So the thing I was going to say, the strength there is a really big deal because that is in logic with one key. If that strength locks the other two, and Namaha doesn't climb Child Spirit, then Roska's got a huge lead at that point, like ridiculous lead at that stage.
The scene just got really spicy really quick.
So we've had Hammer in Childside Spirit, and then Climb to get Strength 1, while there's a hook in Gerudo Training Ground. Which, to be fair, was hinted.
So, my friend had a Challenge Cup race the other day. You want to know what was in his Child Climb and Childside Spirit? A key, a strength, and the Mirror Shield.
Strength 1 and 2, or?
Strength 1 and 2.
Nice.
And the Mirror Shield.
Nice. Wow, they are going to be on completely different paths now as well, because Hookshot obviously takes you a billion different locations. Roska can go and take that hammer up to fire.
Which he may be locked out of with no bow. We don't know.
No bow, no hookshot. It's possible, but it's probably fine. Also, no, we've not seen the last Foolish Hint yet. It's, They've kind of stopped checking hints, so I'll be kind of surprised if we do end up seeing it. Roska getting launched by... nearly getting launched again.
Now, this room has two chests in it. One you can get with basically nothing. The other, the chest in the center, requires the hammer, although Namaha's gonna Namaha's gonna do that and clip through it and get the rupee. Although we do know that's in logic because the hammer is accessible. Also, he has one key.
Yep.
He still has one key.
Oh, jeez. So...
What? Wait, you don't have irons. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I
What-
don't get this.
Is this a... Yeah. I'm confused. Like, does the flag stay? I've never collected the rupees and not done
I
toilet.
think it does, but
Yeah.
it still doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah. Does he collect irons without us knowing?
He doesn't have them on the D-pad icon.
Yeah, and they're not. Is he gonna show us new tech that we don't know?
This feels like, you know those seeds where you take, like, your Zelda's Lullaby is locked in the middle of nowhere and it takes you, like, 2 hours to get Zelda's Lullaby, and for the first, for the first 30, 40 minutes, you think about it, and then after you get, like, an hour in, you just assume you've got it because you've always got it. And so you start going into fairy fountains and trying to play Zelda's Lullaby, and it's like, oh wait, nothing's happening. Right. Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
And that's that moment, but with iron boots.
We're gonna have to grill him about that.
I'm just gonna write on my hinge,
Like-
dad toilet, and I'll know what I mean.
You guys can't see it on stream, but he just put a giant LOL on his layout. Okay, we got another key. We can keep going a little bit.
And another one. Can't keep going with that though.
No, yeah,
So-
this one requires 2 keys.
3 keys,
Yeah, so...
and there has to be
Oh my god, he almost used it on the other door.
at least 3 in the. Oh, I guess it could be bow or strength 2 or irons locked.
Oh, they're gonna give each other a high five here.
Oh, we're gonna get nighttime desert crossing.
I mean, halfway, it's not that bad.
Ugh. Also, yeah, Roska does have the superior dog boots.
Oh, we are gonna get confirmation of whether the seed is super ass. Come on, be something. I'm not sure if I want this
We
to
know
be,
the answer to that.
or if I want this not to be something. Okay, okay,
Yeah, no.
okay, cool. Nice job, Trez. Nice job. So, yo, Kevin.
What?
Oh, that guy's name is Kevin. You weren't there when we named that guy Kevin?
Oh my god.
Vamshi Salesman's name is Kevin. Come on, Yoshi.
In part, I just don't get the, like, random naming system. And in part, I'm mad because I couldn't remember my name and thought I was called Kevin. So, I have a bad memory of that name. Oh god, Roska nearly just got thrown out. Oh god, this fight is so slow like that. Hate it.
Ugh. So where do you go now? That's
So I guess with everything we've seen, the obvious options are fire and bottom of the well. I think bottom of the well is the safer play.
Mhm.
So if you think you're ahead, you go to bottom well. If you think you're slightly behind, you probably still go bottom.
I think factoring in like age changes and their equipment, you get scarecrows, and then you go fire. Because being bow locked in there, but there is a chance. But if you're bow locked, I think it's worth the risk of being bow locked if you can get Pierre.
I guess the question would be,
Mhm.
Are you planning to clear fire, or are you just going in, beating a dungeon, leaving?
I think it depends on where the boss key is. If you get an early boss key, you're gonna come back later. But if boss key is for whatever reason in hammer chest, you're full clearing it anyway. I think most fire routing depends on where the boss key is.
Yeah, I think I'd lean towards bottom of the well just on the grounds that you don't know if you can clear fire, and you probably at this point assume you're doing everything. Sorry, I still can't get over the fact that we got 2 Way of the Heroes for wallets.
Yeah.
I just saw it come up again in chat. I was just,
Yeah,
really?
we got 2 Way of the Heroes for wallets. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that's the first time it's ever happened, but it's the first time I remember it happening. What would have been so much better if Rudo's letter was on King Zora. That would have been even better. But we got it in like a Sphere 1 check. The real question is, where is our Zora tunic?
I mean, it
want it to be
almost has to be in shadow at this rate.
I want it to be in Central Pillar.
That's not possible, right?
Not possible.
Because it wouldn't be required then.
Yeah, never mind.
I've never seen the hookshot strats that Roska's doing right now, but from what I'm seeing of this Stalfos jumping around everywhere, there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah, nuts are a thing. Looks like Namaha's gonna make the well play.
That's actually really good for Namaha's sake, because he needs to pick up that Requiem in the graveyard. So if he heads up towards that area, picks up the while he's there, and then can take that over to Childside Spirit at the same sort of time.
Yeah, I think what you do here is you clear out graveyard, you do your flame storage in the Composer Grave. You clear out graveyard, you root in Dampé Digging, which is going to be hard to route in with time of day, you don't have any knock. Or Sun Song, so you may leave Dampé Digging, but you full clear the graveyard to the best of your ability. You finish up well, then you Requiem out. And then based off all the crap you get through that sequence, that makes your next play. And if you get nothing out of that, you go to fire.
See, the thing I'm thinking now is, if we know logically they're meant to buy a Zora tunic, if you get the Iron Boots, do you just rush straight to the Central Pillar? Or do you just assume it's for a key?
There's so many keys. There's 4 items in water and what? 9 keys? 6 keys.
6, I think, yeah.
Yeah, 6 keys. 6 keys and a boss key. So there's 5 things that could be there that you want versus 6 that you don't necessarily need. So I think it's just to keep to your regular routing of it and see what you get. Because there's a 6 out of 11 chance that you don't need it.
Also, yeah, for the record, the wallet could only be for something else if we didn't have Ruto's letter. As it is, the wallet has to be for the Zora tunic. And, yeah, both Lost Woods and Gerudo Valley have been full cleared outside of... Oh, well, just full cleared at this point, and, yeah, nothing outside of those wallets.
This is what we like to call in the industry dumb. I can't wait till Namaha, like, the last thing he's gonna get is that wallet. He's gonna be so, like, I want to see this reaction. Or no, he's gotten this wallet. I'm confusing which wallets he's gotten.
Yeah, he saw the
Yeah.
one in Gerudo Valley but didn't pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Sponge's idea in chat. Zora Tunic is on Dark Link. You have to have the boss key on like the chest afterwards, so that you have a reason to go and get it.
Zora Tunic on Dark Link. Can we do this? Also, Dad's doing dad check.
So there's a lot of hints that they skipped. We didn't see. So did we see the Colossus hint in the end? I know one of them skipped it. I don't remember if we saw it afterwards. But they skipped the top of Zora River.
Yes. Daruni is also called the Dancing Dad because he's a dancing dad. We keep you updated on the memes here.
I was gonna say, isn't Wolfman Dance Dad?
He is
Does that mean
Dance Dad. as
Wolfman?
well.
Does that mean Wolfman is Darunia?
Yes, it does.
Who's Darunia the father to? Link to Goron. Like,
Yeah.
That's canon. It's like, game has plot.
Yeah. I know we don't pay attention to it that much, but like it has plot. Skull Mask is a bomb bag, so yeah, dead. But who's Link Goron's mother?
I was about to make a Lord of the Rings joke about how you can't really tell they're a female Goron.
Medigoron? Medigoron is Link Goron's mother? Okay. Gorons reproduce the way gremlins do.
I'm not sure chat. I don't think we want I think this is Oh no, it's happening.
Chickens.
This is almost like perfect time of day for Namaha though. You come in here, you check chickens, you dip out afterwards, pass like tiny bit of time, and then come in and do Dampe digging, and you never have to come up here as child ever again.
Yeah, it is pretty good rapping. Also, hype for chickens.
Never hype for chickens.
I know.
No, I'm not happy about talking to the carpenter. Our boss works us very hard, he says, taking a stroll around town.
I mean that is a fair assessment, Sabin. But chickens though. To be fair, I only do chickens when Cac's Way of the Hero.
Cac in the Way of the Hero, because nothing is in this seed except for a training.
Yeah.
And wallet.
Have we even gotten anything in Cac? Like, apart from songs? Oh, we got the Mirror Shield.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say the song was actually relevant as Song of Time to get the hook shot.
Mirror Shield was in Cac. It was in the Re-Dead Grotto of Cac. Cac is always Way of the Hero. There have been times where I've seen the legendary Baron Cac Way. I was about to say Baron Cac Way of the Hero. Baron Cac.
I think I saw a screenshot, but I'm not actually sure I believe it.
You know, Sean W. one time he told me this story where he rolled a multi-world seed and 2 of the players had a Baron Cac.
The only person I've seen with an actual screenshot of it was, so it's definitely not real.
Not happy.
Is that because Anju is terrible and useless?
Yeah. Don't do chicken until the 6-hour mark, clearly.
I'm gonna say now, if these runners go to the 6-hour mark, Trez has pulled out something spectacular for this one.
At that point, we check whether it's a Plando, whether it's a Brony's Plando or not. Secretly, it's a Brony's Plando. Which, speaking of Plandos, we're going to have a ZSR staff do a Plando. I don't think we've still figured out the logistics of that, but it's going to happen.
There were a couple of goals hit recently. I know the Sages, we're going to end up doing a multi-world at one point, apparently.
Okay.
Like, 13-player multi-world should be fun. By which I mean terrifying, but, fun. So, yeah, Roska's dipping forest here looking for that bow, I guess.
I mean, you've got Song of Time, so you can clear out a bit more of this than you normally would.
Yeah, I guess... I mean, you could get to the courtyard with a key in the first checks anyway. Are we going to see the good old vanilla bow chest?
Possibly. Also, Namaha didn't change the time of day to do Dampe. He didn't wait outside.
That's fair enough. It's one check, I guess. It's pretty reasonable to just hope it's nothing. And at that point, do you do chickens or do you do Dampe? It kind of depends on what you think your opponent's going to do.
I don't think, I think betting on opponent not doing chickens is a safe bet.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Nothing but keys so far in Forest. So, according to my tracker, there are 24 checks left in Logic. 11 of them are in bottom of the well.
Makes sense. Yeah,
So,
makes perfect sense.
We should see something out of here, question mark?
I was going to say, how many of them... Oh, I guess you won't know fire ones until you see how many keys are in there, right?
Yeah, it depends on key logic.
Yeah, since it's coming up in chat, the way foolish items work is that they lock absolutely nothing, full stop. So even if something isn't required in a seed and couldn't possibly be required, it still won't be considered foolish if it could unlock a check, in theory. The exception is a bow or a bomb bag.
Yeah.
Where if you have a bow locked by another bow or bombs locked by other bombs, and one of the bows or bomb bags is Way of the Hero, then they can be considered foolish. Which, for the most part, is that Iron Boots?
Looks like Iron Boots.
So now do you go to the central pillar?
You need to buy your Zora tunic first. None of these runners will need a Zora tunic.
I was gonna say, like, if you just get the iron boots here, it's like, okay, I'll go dip water and see what's there. If you get the long shot here, you're absolutely golden. Just laugh hysterically, go clear water, and then cry a little bit when you're still hunting. That'll be useful.
Yeah. That's furores.
I was gonna say, Xenu, do you have set sound effects you use?
No, I don't randomize sound effects.
Do you not shuffle them, change them at all?
No, don't. I play with vanilla sounds. Otherwise, it messes me up.
How do you put up with low health noises?
I'm used to it from A Link to the Past.
Oh. So I always keep the time of day sounds the same because that's the one that confuses me. But my hover boots are always dogs, and the horses are all Ruto. There's nothing better than having your hover boots making dog noises and having, like, you give back Richard and she's like, oh, thanks, here, have these boots that bark at you. A little bit terrifying. I think the first time I ever did a rando seed, I had my low health noises and weep, and I was like, haha, this will be really, really funny, and it lasted 5 minutes. I'm gonna re-roll this.
I think I did that once.
Yeah, it sounds great in theory, it's not quite... It's barely tolerable in practice.
Oh.
Nearly.
I feel like no one's used any nuts in this seed.
I'm a little surprised, yeah, it's just really insistent on not menuing.
Yeah. Which I guess it saves time, but like if you're getting knocked back by Sculptulas, does it really? Piece of heart and the locked pits.
I don't know why I'm still expecting something else in the well.
I mean,
It's not even especially likely, but...
Yeah, we got two things that we probably need. Well, no, we know we need. Are irons and bone not enough for...
No, not enough. Need more.
No. Alright. Purple rupee, you happy?
Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so the kind of downside to this for Namaha is he got enough items and enough songs such that he's just gonna leave.
Yeah. He's not. It's gonna push him so far from Child-Side Spirit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Got Requiem. That helps. But that's about it.
Yeah, but for those who are just joining us, there's a hammer on Child Side and a strength on Child Climb. So most likely, if our strengths are, you know, there's not an extra strength lying around, he's going to need that before he does Iron Side.
He's dipping fire as well, so now it's
Yeah, that's
kind of costly.
That's not particularly good.
God, we're nearly 2 hours into this seed, and they've only done. Jeez. So Roska's gonna get that. Still has to go to bottom of the well, presumably, for Iron Boot, but...
Yeah. Well, yeah, your scale is scale locked, so...
Yeah. Depends where the first scale is then, but...
Yeah. This is... Yeah, it looks like Roska's heading straight there. He's gonna be very happy with that.
Yeah, he'll go back and beat Forest.
Yeah. I definitely have to give... Yeah, I have to give the advantage to Roska at this point, because, like, I don't think Namaha is anywhere close to going to Child Spirit, which is the play.
Yeah, and even if he does go there, the odds of him climbing at this point are even lower.
Yeah.
Also, I like that they just kind of traded paths there. And Roska dipped Forest while Namaha dipped Fire, and now Roska's going to Fire while Namaha's going...
And obviously, we still have our second GTG Way of the Hero unfulfilled. That could have been just unlocked with those bows, but it also may be strength locked.
Right, or the Iron Boots.
Yeah, or the darkest timelines and
It's
toil.
possible.
It's a possibility. I'm not gonna deny that's a possibility.
As for what's missing right now, it's Boomerang, long shot, and a strength upgrade.
That seems to be it.
Yeah.
Long shot on 50 skulls. We got the 50 hint instead.
Did we?
We did. Did we? No, did we not?
I thought we only got 30 and 40.
I thought we got a 50 hint. Never mind. I'm probably confusing the last seed. Did we?
I think it was just 30 and 40. I don't think...
Alright.
Because they completely stopped checking hints.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have. Yeah. I don't think we've seen a 50 hint now that I'm thinking about it. No 50 yet? I'm trusting you. God, this ends up being a 50 skull seed. No 50 yet, and they've basically stopped checking hints.
I think it was Roska who looked at the top of the Colossus Arch.
Yeah.
By walking towards the hint.
And then didn't check it.
And then didn't go and check the hint, just walked forwards again after seeing the arch.
Oh, hey! That's cool. Big stabby.
Makes that Vavagia quick kill a little bit nicer, I guess.
Now, if this is a boss key here, do you just peace out?
Yes, absolutely yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a point where you go back to checking hints. Right? Like...
I mean, they stopped now, they're not going to start again. Yeah, like once you make that decision, I'm just not going to know what 50 is this seed. You stick with it. You don't just start checking hints. Like, what hint would even be convenient for them to check at this point, given what they've checked?
Top of Zora's River is the main one I can think of.
Yeah.
But I guess the point on that would be if you get to the point where you need to go and check the hints, then you might as well just do that check, because it can't be anything else. There's no reason to go and find a hint that tells you that 50 is something if 50...
Yeah, and Namaha's only at 12 at 2 hours in, so I don't think they're playing for that.
No. It's pretty unlikely.
Yeah. We're still missing a Baron hint as well. In addition,
Oh yeah, true.
in addition to 50 skulls.
Potentially a dungeon one.
Yeah, potentially a dungeon one.
So yeah, the two bows so far were in the start of the Fire Temple and bottom of the well.
Yep.
And Roska just got the one in the Fire Temple. But the Iron Boots are in bottom of the well, so you probably still need to go there. I've got to say, like, this is massively in Roska's favor right now.
Yeah,
Roska
for sure.
needs to go to bottom of the well. That's a reasonable play to make. It's a lot of checks. It's a lot of, like you're going to run out of other things to do fairly quickly.
I think you do Forest first, obviously, but like,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But assuming there's nothing there, then
Well's your next densest place. Most
right. And the only other thing that Roska has lined up would be Ice Cavern potentially.
But I think you would take the Well over Ice Cavern any day. Sure.
Yeah. Namaha, meanwhile, is gonna need to go and do Child Spirit, including climbing, which
Isn't entirely obvious, yeah.
I don't see it happening anytime soon. Yeah.
No, he cannot push them without strength.
Oh, jeez, yeah. And so
He's making the water play.
Sponge was pointing out in chat that Namaha doesn't have the slingshot from, and so in his mind, Childside Spirit is not in logic.
Ooh. You gotta hate it when a slingshot is the thing that's barring you. Because, like, I mean, he can clearly do the chew strap. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I can understand wanting to, like, keep in logic, but still, it's just, it's... I think this water temple play is going to be interesting because we do have our double-hinted wallet Zora tunic thing that we got going on here.
Also, yeah, the slingshot was Zora's domain. So
it was the Zora's domain torches. He went in there, delivered the letter, but didn't do any of the checks.
right, he didn't have the money to do the diving game, and rather than just doing one and leaving the other, or farming a rupees for it, he just left. Which means that he's gonna go through parts of water. He's gonna get to the point eventually where he goes, okay, I'll go do Zora's domain, and then he'll get the slingshot. Probably check target in the woods next because Lost Woods was Way of the Hero, and then go and do Childside Spirit. That's a lot of hoops to jump through before you get to the right location. Well, first check in water is a bloopy.
Hey, there's another slingshot.
Three left. Oh my god.
is. I don't see a conceivable way of Namaha. Unless he has the biggest of brain plays.
There are definitely things that could turn this.
Yeah.
Vanilla long shot, stuff to that effect.
Yeah.
Like, there are 3 items that we don't know about. I guess
2.
2 and a bit, yeah. But yeah, if one of those is in a particularly like awful location, then Namaha might just get away with it.
It's tense. We still have a lot of game to play. Our leader is at 3 medallions and a stone and an AD seed. So
On their way through their 4th, yeah.
yeah, there's still a lot of game.
I missed what happened with the water temple on Namaha's side, but I'm guessing there was another item in the bottom torches.
Torches was like a red rupee.
Okay, so that means there's 2 down, which means all the remaining items key locked. Central pillar is just a small key.
That was a
Oh wait, no, it could be the boss key. It could be the boss key.
Yeah, because boss key doesn't follow like the same logic as, if I recall correctly.
It's basically the boss key can be absolutely anywhere.
Yeah.
And Morpher just has whatever item. Like, there are 4 items, 6 keys, and a boss key. The boss key can be literally anything. The items and the keys, not so.
Happy 2-hour mark.
So the terms like jet seeds are basically when something's super fast. Jet seeds are everything's on your route and everyone's done in like 2 hours. Crazy.
Or 1 hour 38.
Oh my god, ridiculous. AD is all dungeons, so normally you just need your 6 medallions. The spiritual stones lock a song, and if that song is either Zelda's Lullaby or Shadow, then it's automatically all dungeons. And in some cases it will be things that lock another item, so Song of Storms. If there's something in bottom of the well, you need Song of Storms, it's all dungeons.
Basically, your hard required, you're always going to have AD songs or Nocturne and ZL. There's no way of getting around AD those. They are probably AD songs or your Requiem Song of Storms.
Mm-hmm. And in this one, it's Nocturne, so it's...
Yeah. And then you also could have Minuet or Saria's on there, which means it's not really an AD. You can just Mido skip. But it's a logical AD.
Oh no, Roska.
Rude Sculptula.
Roska is not how... Oh, we saw the Din's Fire in water. Sorry, I just, zoned out for a second there. That's fairly new. That was only discovered, a week or 2 ago. So, in water, you can stand at the top level above the torches, use Din's Fire to light the torches below you, then raise the water level, and then use the Iron Boots to go back down to the door that stays open. So, Ferora's Wind can no longer be Way of the Hero. Ferora's Wind, Way of the Hero is completely gone. Which is a shame. That's one of, the old fun memes. But, yeah. That is... Oh, well, I guess probably a trick, So I guess Frostwind stays because it took people this long to figure out that you could do it. Being part of the default logic wouldn't make much sense.
Alright, let's see if this was just for a key. Oh, well, you can't be too mad.
Irons are required.
Yep.
So the thing that surprises me here, if you're in Namaha's position, do you not go to Dark Link and the river? You know that those are your remaining 2 items. 100%.
Yeah. Because the way it works is that Dark Link, River, and Boss Key, only one of them can be a key. The rest are going to be items. And we got a key out of the Boss Key chest. And he's already got 2 items, so it's not a bad play. Especially considering you have the Boss Key. But he's opting just to nope out. What if
Okay,
Din's
fine.
locked
I
by
guess
Roar?
things can be locked by... Okay, I guess... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know exactly how...
There could be weird skull logic like that.
I guess, like, there's any one of, like, a combination of tricks that could... Because all that matters is that you open a door and then raise the water.
Mm.
Am I cutting off? I don't know.
You sound fine to me over Discord.
I'm gonna blame Trez.
Well, I think he went to bed.
Yeah, I know, but it's just Trez's end. If I'm cutting out, it's not my fault. So Namaha's gonna probably go and do horseback archery.
In a barren fortress?
Oh, I guess not horseback. Yeah, 5 point. What is Namaha gonna do then? I just saw Epona in Lake Hylia, and that was, but I pose, I guess.
Oh, snap!
That's huge.
That's very huge.
Wow.
That's a strength lock strength.
Yeah. So the first strength was in logic.
Mhm.
It was
On child climb, which is in logic with 1 key.
Yeah, it was unintuitive logic, potentially,
Yeah.
but it's in logic, it is available. Yeah, no, Namaha's definitely a couple of steps behind at this point.
Yeah. Checking ATZ Grotto. Oh, is this a thing now? I don't think this is
No.
a thing.
Just trying to burn up the horse, you know, as normal day.
Mm. Sleepy.
I was about to make a joke that I probably shouldn't make. About Namaha opening Hyrule's first glue factory.
Either way, we got a Phantom Ganon fight. See if we can get a 1 cycle. Easy 1 cycle. That's medallion number 4 for Roska. 6th dungeon down. Where was strength 2? The chest before.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I'm DMing Sea Falcon right now.
That's... And there's the last bomb bag as well.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, that is...
That's an unhinted.
So Boomerang's gotta be in GTG.
Boomerang's gotta be in GTG.
Is
'Cause
Double
it
Way of the
was-
Hero? Is there some bait that we could have missed? We
No.
already saw that the lab dive was dead.
Yeah, there's
We've already seen Lake Hylia. It could be strength 3 and outside Ganon's castle. That's true. That's true. But Yeah, outside of that, I'm pretty sure that's... So Roska, for the record, doesn't know that. Roska is missing 2 items. Has not done bottom of the well, is still missing that, the iron boots there.
Yeah.
But I don't see a world where Namaha does Child Spirit climb before Roska does bottom of the well.
Yeah, that's the only thing it could be. It could be Strength 3 for Rang on OGC, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you know where your Rang is.
Could be Lens game.
I would also like to point out that we had iron boots in the well. We had we had a long shot and a strength in forest. We had a strength in spirit, and the game decided to give us a double GTG way of the hero and 2 wallets way of the hero.
The slingshot was Zora's domain.
Yeah. Slingshot
And
the second
second spirit.
That was a key. Small key.
Was it? Okay.
That was a small key because he went and did the silvers.
One of them had to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely did open the last chest. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All it was all items until that room.
Right, okay. Yeah, so the way of the hero hints, or way the hints in general work, is that there are 2 of each hint. Well, in this seed, there's been 4 hints saying Rudo Training Grounds way of the hero, so it's 2 times 2 hints, basically. And there we are.
There we go.
Yep. So we now know where everything is. The runners don't. And it's just the question of, does Namaha go do Childside Spirit and climb up Childside Spirit before RoskaTyrant does bottom of the well? I'm going to give the edge to Roska there still. Namaha's... Oh my god, Namaha. He set it up earlier, he has to commit to it.
Second time's a charm.
So Childside Spirit had a hammer and a key, and then you have to climb Childside Spirit to get a strength in the next room, in the Child Climb, which is single key locked. It is in logic. There could still be the 3rd strength somewhere. For all we know, this could be the other strength. Namaha could be about to pick up strength here. But even then, you still need to go and do Childside Spirit for the hammer.
Yep. It's a seed.
Also, since it's being asked in chat, I do remember one weekly where the way of the hero hints, this was like just into 5.0, I think. The 5 way of the hero hints were a full house. It was 3 of one location and 2 of another, and that was it.
I don't remember that one, but that sounds amazing.
Like it was the usual terrible locations. It was like Kakariko and London Ranch or something. But yeah, it was. People weren't happy because it was one of these seeds. I think there was. It's like, oh no, we don't get that hit. Keeps going. One more key. One more key. Get the center. So that means the strength 2 locks 2 keys, 2 items.
Yep.
Oh, the prelude check was Sun Song.
Yeah.
There was a hint for that at Temple of Time, I think.
Yeah, and Minuet is on Burning Cat.
Which does also mean... So, yeah, Namaha having Boomerang and Letter is going to go beat Jabu. That does also then push him towards being Child. Which, you know, you need to get away from Zora Fountain somehow. If he opts to play Requiem instead of Prelude as just I'm going to be thorough and do everything kind of play, then he might just get away with this one.
I don't know, it's gonna be tight. Yeah, that is true. With that, Boomerang Child side is in logic, and there's a lot of Slingshot.
Namaha having to walk through, and I guess we'll see it from Roska later, having to walk through Hyrule Field to get to Zora River, because no scale.
Yeah.
Unless Roska goes and gets a scale on Twin River or something.
No, our second Rudo's letter is going to be there.
Namaha being dad is because he started teaching Riley and Sponge a whole bunch of stuff during the multi-world tournament, to the point that both of them went from being relative newcomers in the community to making top 32 in less than a year. And apparently just every time they didn't know something, it would just be like, hey teacher, come teach us, dad. And it just, that was it, it was a thing.
Yeah, and now he's dad. Yeah.
It's crazy how much that spread as well, like, that and Namaha accidentally, you know,
Oh yeah, he
off
did.
his hand.
He did cut off his arm. Yeah. He's fine now. He grew it back, but like he's cyborg now. But he did cut off his arm.
So Lens in spirit, so
Yeah, that's a hard required requiem, or a logically hard required requiem.
mhm. It also means that Roska just knows that there's one less potential bait that that could be in GTG, one less like chain that he could be led down. Namaha's file name today is actually is Namaborg.
Yes.
So cybernetic enhancements, you know. Is that legal? Are we allowed cybernetic enhancement?
It's under the non-discrimination policy. We're not allowed to discriminate against cyber, even if they give it an advantage.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, it was part of Sponge's PC. I wouldn't recommend that one from what I'm hearing.
Where was strength 1 in the child climb?
Yeah, through the first door, child side spirit.
Yep. Flame window.
Oh, Namaha stopped to catch fish and did not make the torch run in time.
Wonder what he's gonna have. Will this sling like give him an indication?
He's already got the boomerang, so
He's not gonna think much of it.
Child Spirits in logic, he'll just know that this was available way earlier. Oh, good old Twin Rover, flying just out of sight. Oh, there we go, she's back.
Alright, phase 2, which is the easier phase. Just I always find that weird that they made second phase easier.
It's always really frustrating though if someone doesn't know the mechanics for this fight, because it's one of those ones where it's so structured and so rigid and so like scripted all the time. But if you don't know that, you can get burned pretty hard by the end of this. Oh, and Roska is going to, because Roska's about to get 3 fires now.
Yeah, her RNG for whether she shoots fire or ice, it basically goes up the more hits you have on her. So she'll shoot 3 fires and 3 ices if she has 0 health. So he missed the last ice, he's gonna get 3 fires here. But once she gets down to lower health, it gets more random.
Yeah, there was already a tournament match where someone got 5 hits and didn't get the quick kill. And I think afterwards they got like 2 fires, and it was something like 6 ice in a row before she finally threw fire again. Oh god. Wait, was that this season? I know 11 was the record, like, overall. I didn't think that was this season's one. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it was...
Oh, I remember
okay,
that!
That was what I was thinking of, so yeah.
Yeah. It got to the point where it was so much that he switched, like whether he was doing fire and ice. He switched to ice during that because it was so much.
Well, like, if you try to shield when you've got the opposing element, it just counts as you basically not shielding it and you just take damage. It removes whatever you've charged, and then, yeah, just, it basically hits you. But yeah, by that point, like, if you've done 5 crouch stabs with a Master Sword, then it's just entirely random which one they use at that stage.
Also getting our first looks at Jabu, we know there's nothing here, but when Namaha could find strength 3 in here, maybe, question mark? Or his strength 1, rather.
If there is another strength in here, Namaha is in a much better position. Still not good, but much better. Because Roska is on the way over to that boom right now.
Also, 50 skulls turned out to be nothing.
Watch that be the other scale.
Or the other strength. The other strength on 50.
Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah, if he does Forest before Spirit, he knows there's 1 check on Childside Spirit and probably never touches it. So Namaha actually never wants to find strength at this point. I was thinking earlier, like, if he does Child Spirit, there's a chance he doesn't climb. But yeah, if he gets strength, then there's no way he goes there. That's a fair point. No, the hammer and spirit was child only. The strength was available as adult. So if Namaha found another strength somewhere, he can then do Forest, get the second strength, go to spirit, he'd find a third strength, but no hammer.
Roska gonna check these first, but he's 5 checks away from getting his boomerang. It might be a little too late for Namaha at this point. Spirit isn't way of the hero, just everything around it. Exactly. Oh, that is a fair point. Roska does still need to do bottom as well for Irons, and he has no direction. Yeah, unless he finds like a scale in here, which he's not going to because it's just a key. But yeah. When do you go to do well though? In this situation, when you've got virtually the entire game open to you. Because he's gonna get the boomerang here, and he may, like on a whim, check it as he goes to do Jabu, but I see that that's a very rare. That's like a big brain play. You've got to push progression at that point.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, if it was Jabu was the stone and water was the medallion,
yeah,
then maybe because you pick up Nocturne, or you're going back towards the castle, you pick up Nocturne there, and then you can just stop off at bottom of the well before you go back to go adult. But that's not going to happen.
What progression after Jabu? That's a fair point. Yeah, what progression after Jabu?
I guess you get Sunsong and Minuet. That doesn't open up much.
And you're already child.
Both were hinted, so it's not like not like you need to go and check those things.
You've full cleared all of your way of the. Well, you haven't full cleared. But no. Yeah, well, he's full clearing.
Yeah, this is the last one, right?
Yeah. Full clearing that for irons.
And he'll know that the toilet is a key.
Yeah. Jabu given anything? But there could be there can't be anything like if the third strength is on here, that's basically all Jabu could be holding.
Yeah, we know. Actually, a scale, I guess.
A scale, yeah.
But that wouldn't be much use at this point.
And it wouldn't be much use for Namaha, specifically.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Talking of scale, Roska forgetting that he doesn't have one.
Now he's gonna pick up this one. He's gonna clearly pick up this scale lock scale right here. It's the big brain play. Just a little further, Link. You can get the scale, and then you can go further. Oh my god, this is gonna be. Is he just realizing?
There we go. Yep.
They both had one of those today. Oh, Dad's doing the thing.
Ooh, we have a race. We have an actual race going on right now. Then, assuming Namaha climbs and sees strength.
Roska is not in go mode. He needs to go to the bottom of the well and get his iron.
Mm-hmm. So, just as a point, because it's coming up in chat, they do know what their songs are. Like the Burning Cack song, the Prelude Check, those have been hinted. So there is no... They have to go and pick up their songs after Jabu. Roska doesn't... Like, if Roska's going for the songs, he knows it's for one check. That he has to be adult to get the song for.
Alright, let's see. We getting any reaction once he sees the hammer?
Ugh. If it's leaving, then...
No, he's gonna keep going. He's doing the second chest, as he should. But we'll see if he leaves after this. Because if he doesn't climb here, he's pretty SOL. Moment of truth. The key. He's climbing.
Going back. Perfect. So at this point, he'll probably full clear Child's, or like full clear Spirit as a child.
I wouldn't.
Then after that, you just go straight to Forest. Oh, Fire and Forest.
Yeah.
And then it's just a race to the finish from that point.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just left after the strength. If he's feeling behind.
I'd still be pretty shocked just because you're banking then on Forest having strength specifically. Not just Forest having something, but it kind of has to be strength. And you're planning to do the rest of this as adult. That said, then everything past this isn't in logic.
No, it is.
No, because there was only one key available right now.
Oh. Unless it's in logic if our strength 3 is strength 2 locked, then it is in logic. If our strength 3 is unavailable, it's out of logic. If it is somehow available and we just
you're saying if they could have the other...
Yeah.
Yeah.
By that
logic as well, it's in logic because of the one in Forest. But the point being that in Namaha's position, this is out of logic.
Fair. Spirit logic is fun.
Oh, is this? Now I'm questioning this. No, if you've got a fire source, it is fire checks. So maybe these are in logic, but then the hand wouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got fire source and magic. So if there was another strength out there, they would be able to light those torches.
And I guess by the time you're here, you save key. Namaha is not save scumming the key.
Yeah, irons are in the freestanding key and bottom of the well. Remember when you said Shadow was going to have something?
Yeah, I was wrong about that. I was very wrong about that.
Yeah.
All of the other things for Shadow are available really, really early. But
apart from the thing that, gets you to Shadow.
Yeah, the song. The song was the problem. It's more that, like, I was thinking, like, Boomerang in Shadow or that kind of thing, but no, the sea just kind of handed everything over and then just said, alright, go actually beat all the dungeons now.
The only thing that would be nice to get in Shadow at this point is double magic. The only thing they could have possibly want out of Shadow, and they're not gonna look for it.
Mm. Fireboss key was vanilla. That was right at the start, so...
Huh?
Furores?
Yeah.
What?
Dropping Furores in Spirit? Or did he have... Is Furores...
Has he said it in Forest? Oh, he'll have it in Forest.
Oh, he must have... Big brain!
So Namaha's going to be in go mode in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, this turned around quick.
So it is worth noting, like, Roska has to do Shadow and Water. Namaha has to do the rest of Forest. So, rest of Jabu, rest of Forest, and then both have Shadow and Water. Namaha also has a really short Fire, and then most of Spirit.
Yeah. He also has a very short Water, because he already has the ball.
Oh, true, that's true. So his Water will be slightly shorter than Roska's.
Yeah.
So if Roska goes straight to bottom of the well from Jabu,
which
then...
seems like a play. We're going to have a race on our hands.
Then I think that still goes in Roska's favor. If Roska does almost anything else first, even if he goes, do one other check and then goes to bottom of the well, I think I put the edge on Namaha at that point. If Roska does chickens before bottom of the well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would probably be enough.
And that's the play people like to do. People like to combo chickens as well.
Even if Roska just waits for time of day to do Dampe digging, that would be enough.
Oh, that bonk's not helping Namaha though. Is Zooter casual enough? Yeah, you can casual it. It's intended that way. The logic is so that you can do it without any of the tricks. You can enable tricks to make it more speedrunny, but you can also play with no tricks. So it's as vanilla as you want it to be. It may be a little harder, because things like Broken Stick, ground jumping, B1 skip make the game considerably easier, but you don't need to know them.
Yeah. For all of the racing community is, a few hundred people overall.
Yeah.
The wider OTR community is much bigger than that. There are a lot of people who
Yeah, I have a fun story. I'm running a side tournament called the Scrubs Invitational for like newer runners, and me trying to get newer runners in, I contacted friends from like speedrun communities that I know just did Zooter on the side. There's a conversation I had with one of them. I had to explain the standard rule set to them, which is fine. You're not part of the community, you don't know the standard rule set. Here's the tricks he knew. ISG to get into bottom of the well.
Okay.
Ocarina items.
Yeah, okay.
Both waterfall clips with a cucko and with hover boots. And oh god, what was the last one? It was something dumb.
Was it like the Shadow Gate clip or something?
No.
That would be my first thought on that, like getting past King's.
It wasn't that. It was Mido skip. He knew Mido skip, waterfall skip, ISG to get in the bottom of the well, and the 2 waterfall clips. So then I talked to him and was like, ground jumps, B1 skip, broken stick are all allowed in the rule set. Power crouch stabs are also a good thing to learn. Out of all of those, I only know how to do power crouch stabs. So there's a whole like mess of people that just play this for fun and don't play under our rule sets at all. You can make whatever kind of rule set you want. It's just that the wider racing community has decided upon glitchless ground jump or standard as our main, and not even all of us have decided on glitchless ground jump.
Oh, Roska is going over towards CAC. We'll see. If there is one more check here, that could just be enough on its own.
There's a link to the Scrubs Discord if anyone's looking to get into this. We've got lots of
I was going to say, even
tools
just
in there.
the OTR Discord,
Yeah.
the community are super welcoming, very willing to help people learn and want to play. That is without a doubt the best resource in my mind, is just jump in, start playing a couple of seeds, and if you have questions, there are channels in there to ask the right people basically and figure out the right for things. Okay, so are we giving the edge to Roska at this point?
Honestly, even his bottom of the well routing could be factored into this. But it's tough to say. But I do think just the pure dungeon advantage he has with completing Spirit is enough.
Spirit's definitely the big one there, yeah.
Yeah. Fire, okay, we have a vanilla boss key. Water, I don't think the boss key was in a particularly weird location. It was in Central Pillar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Which
they know the tunics are...
which they know Zora Tunic is way of the hero, so even though I wouldn't rush it because I think it's a small key, in this case it's a good idea. But even so, even in your routing, Central 5th or 6th one you do. Like she's not gonna get like sidetracked by Darklink.
Roska with the biggest quiver now. Alright, 2 more checks. I'm trying to remember where the other bow was.
I was in Fire Tank.
That one in fire. Where was other one?
We haven't found the 5th one. Oh, did we find it? Let me check.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize we found it. It was in Spirit.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And there's a go mode on Roska, who's go, and Namaha's gonna be in go mode. Like, if Forest wasn't foresty, like, this would be a lot. Like, this is a great example. Fighting Meg right now.
Oh,
It's a great example of Forest being foresty. Like,
there is enough room left in the seed that execution could play a pretty big part. Shadow is a long dungeon, and a long dungeon people lose a lot of time to execute.
yeah, but also there's a sword advantage that Roska has that Namaha doesn't. Not to say that Namaha can't beat this whole game with a Master Sword, but there is something to be said for quicker one cycle, especially if he goes straight to Spirit after. You know.
For Shadow, yes.
Yeah.
For Forest, yes.
Yeah.
For Water, Fire, and Spirit, no.
Yeah.
Like, all of those you can do just as quickly with Master runs.
Yeah.
You know, fractions of a second slower.
Yeah, Namaha does have the water boss key. And
Yeah,
there's the silvers.
The big thing here is going to be Namaha's Spirit, and whether the amount of time that takes, plus the time that's being lost now, is enough to make up for... if that's enough to make up for the execution.
Because I would say their execution is pretty evenly matched, I would say.
It's been pretty similar, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
There's been a couple of points where I think Namaha's had like a slightly faster strat for something. But in terms of what they're doing, the execution has been relative. Which means there's probably a bit of time to save in Shadow until, you know, does Roska use bomb chews on the pot or use bombs for the skull pot instead? Also, yeah, Roska doesn't necessarily know it is the central pillar. He knows that that is required.
But there's a 6 out of 11 chance that it's a small key.
Right. If it was a small key, then it means that he'll go and check the boss key chest and then Dark Link and the river. If he goes to do those, that could be a huge difference as well.
Yeah, if he, for whatever reason, just assumes it's for small key logic instead of big key logic. Which I can't see him doing.
No, I don't expect it, but...
With stranger things have
it's
happened.
Possible.
Yeah.
Alright, so Namaha hits go mode as well.
Yep. This was a fun seed. This was a fun seed to commentate.
I feel kind of sorry for these runners with the with how bad some of this has been, but yeah.
I mean, has it been bad or have our hints been bad?
I think it's just the hints. I think the seed itself was fine.
Yeah. Which I don't know how the randomizer chooses which way of the heroes to pick. I assume it's random.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But, geez, when you get 2 way of the heroes for wallets to buy a Zora tunic.
So I said earlier about Roska, like, you know, the biggest way, I think it's Roska's race to lose is the best way to put it, I think. Roska has the advantage here, and yes, things can go wrong, but the biggest edge would be if Namaha wins an execution. We've seen Roska go through 2 enemy rooms in water and kind of struggle with both of them a little bit, so it's... slowly inching back on Namaha's side. Just maybe not as quickly as he needs it to. And Roska is going to do Central Pillar before Dark Link in the river. So Namaha will go from here to either fire or spirit. If it's fire, it's go in, do the hammer loop, beat Volvagia, leave. Do you remember where the boss key was in spirit?
It was, where was it? I don't remember. It was in the vanilla BK chest. It was in vanilla.
Oh. Yeah, that's a slow spirit then.
Yeah.
Roska's getting hit by spikes.
And every time this happens, Namaha is inching up.
And it's been spikes, shell blades, and then spikes again so far.
Yeah, remember when you said those guys needed shoutouts as the worst enemies in the game? Yeah.
Some of the worst enemies in the game. If you don't kill them straight away, they can be an absolute... I still remember one of my first ever weekly races was during Season 2 qualifiers, and someone finished a race and commented, "Shell blades make no fucking sense." And that has stuck with me since, because, like, they really don't. They really make absolutely zero sense. Like, you try and hookshot them, and they just, like, turned around slightly. And so they start, like, just hopping towards... right in front, it's just, like, clinks off.
Yeah, songs are the true final boss. Playing the ocarina is the hardest part of the game, as anyone who runs this game will tell you.
Zelda's Lullaby is definitely left, up, right, left, right. Oh, also, I said earlier about Big Goron Sword making a difference for potentially for Volvagia, but probably not.
Yeah.
Mostly just for Bongo Bongo and, like, Ganondorf. Forgetting, of course, it was in that fire loop, so Namaha's gonna have it for those fights. Cool.
Dropped inputs are the real final boss of speedrun.
Oh. Roska just saved that. So while Roska finishes up one dungeon, or one boss, Namaha starts another one.
Ugh, Roska getting their last stone, gonna go get that Nocturne off OOT.
Namaha getting trolled by Volvagia a bit. It's
good for Roska.
Yeah. I think he set it up so that he just needed the crouch down at the end there, but she appeared over him, so couldn't turn around and stab her quickly enough after being knocked down.
Yeah. Roska's essentially a spirit temple ahead.
And then and then some.
Yeah.
Spirit in a bit. So Roska will go and pick up the Nocturne here. Namaha is going to be clearing most of Spirit if the boss key was late.
Yeah.
It all just kind of depends on like execution at this point, which, you know, we said Shadow is the most like execution, I guess not the most execution heavy dungeon, but that's the most punishing if you get it wrong.
Oh, for sure.
I still think it's in Roska's favor, but it's potentially a little closer than it looks.
Watch Roska get the God Shadow here.
Just like instantly 5 keys boss key is done.
Yeah.
I've actually done that before with Shadow, like as a final dungeon, where I've skipped some of the slow chests near the start and just been like, I hope I don't need this. Never punished. Never been punished for it. Who needs to collect silver rupees? Talking of which, there is Namaha skipping the... Yeah. Same idea. It's the same logic.
Yeah. Although that has a key in it, so...
Yeah, he will need to go do it. It's less punishing in Spirit because you can just hookshot across. Come back down, grab the key, climb up, hookshot over.
No, I believe he scummed the key.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, so he was going to need it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to, but neither of them scummed the keys in Spirit. Alrighty. So Shadow is probably the slowest dungeon in the game.
Well, by far.
And this is always like one of those things that people seem to argue about in rando stuff now. Worst dungeon in the game. Which one? Do you have Forest or Shadow?
Shadow's my favorite casually, so I gotta go with Forest.
Okay, it's definitely between those two.
Yeah.
Worst rando dungeon every time. Whereas like the best rando dungeon, there's a bit more of an argument, I think.
It's Deku.
Okay, I thought DC.
It's either Deku or DC. If they're fast, they're quick, you get, and it's all items.
Also, I have a soft spot for Jabu just because like, I learned all the tricks to do Jabu quickly, and it feels so satisfying when you get them that I like doing Jabu in a sea just because I get to like show off all the fast strats.
No one really likes Jabu. Quit kidding yourself, Yoshi.
Okay, I also like the swag big octo. This is really fun, you know, like...
Ooh. Namaha.
He's good. Yeah, killing Big Octo by, like, stunning and then, like, grinding across the spikes to get behind him. Again, really satisfying. Oh, Namaha does still have a key. Okay.
Yeah. So he should be good. Maybe I guess there wasn't a key in there. Also, no God Shadow.
I know, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the room. Let's skip this one. Don't actually do this. Don't listen to me.
You never. Yeah. For those who don't know how Shadow works, Shadow is a very, 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 very linear dungeon. You need all the keys. The keys can be anywhere, except behind doors that are locked by. So you need all 5 keys. There's no way around it. It's not like water where you save scum them. So you've got to open everything until you've got 5 small keys and a boss key.
I think for the record, like the one time I did skip this and got away with it, I'd done all 3 of the other checks first and got. So it was at that point it was pretty reasonable. It was.
Is the Beery hover allowed? If Beery hover's allowed? Yeah, I don't think that's
that
allowed.
lets you. Yeah, that's one of the ones that lets you. It's like the damage boost as well. I think that lets you go from. The platform that you bring root with.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the ones that lets you go across that gap without lowering the platform to the crate.
Well, technically, we allow a trick that makes it so you don't need to do that, but you still need to beat Big Octo first.
Right? Yeah. I just mean, yeah, it's one of the jumps across that gap.
Yeah. Because you can do the frame perfect roll into the door and open it. I always get confused when Marco's on restream and he doesn't grab the crate. I was like, oh wait, he can do this.
That's one of those ones that I always try to do because I learned it. Getting it consistently, I'm like, yes, this is perfect. I can do this every time. And then once I'm in a race, it's like 3-4 tries later. I'm like, I should have just lowered the platform.
Yeah, this is not a God Shadow in the slightest.
Yeah. On the other hand, Roska's halfway through it, and Namaha's still fighting. So
yeah,
probably no way back, unless Roska decides to void out a couple of.
Yeah. We're looking at a lot of things that need to go right for Namaha to win this. Or wrong, rather. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple Ganon deaths. Which I don't think we're.
Die to Bongo once. Have to redo all of Shadow.
I can't remember the last time I died to Bongo. With BGS. Die to Bongo with BGS.
Yeah. Likely, definitely a likely. So.
Although I do know someone, and this isn't going to happen in this scenario, but it's just fun to tell the story, that I once knew someone who lost a race because they died to Dwarf because they didn't have a bottle.
Oh.
And they couldn't fight them vanilla.
Oh my god.
They only knew the fast strat.
I'm reacting as though that's a terrible thing, but you know what? Struggle. Point.
I do. Your stories are great, Splits.
If it means anything, I've once won a race by using Nehru's Love against Bongo Bongo.
Oh, I thought you lost that race.
No, I won it by a minute, but I got hit once more. I was on I got put down to 2 hearts, used Nehru's Love, got hit and would have died, but had Nehru's Love up. And then, yeah, went on to win the race by a minute. So if I'd had to redo Shadow, I would have just lost completely. It was at the point where I was like, I feel like I'm doing... I don't want to choke this away. I'm using Nehru's Love. I've got it, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the room I was saying. Namaha knows strats. I might use a bit of time doing slow things. Sure enough.
Oh yeah, because Roska doesn't have furores to cheat this room.
And seemingly either doesn't know or doesn't want to re-equip to...
No, he doesn't have it.
No, the bomb choose.
Oh, the bomb choose strat. Oh. Yeah. It's an equip.
Yeah.
Or
For anyone who doesn't know that one, you can get the pot with bomb choose, and in the process you can basically go into the corners behind the pot and hit the 2 keys at the very top. So you never have to climb up either side, you just shoot down the 2 fire keys and use 3 bomb choose to do the rest. Yeah. Does know it and just doesn't want to equip, I guess? Yeah, fair enough.
Ooh, okay. I always get scared in that room because my Wii likes to VC crash in this wind tunnel a lot.
Jeez.
I don't know why. It really likes VC crashing in this tunnel.
Also, yeah, Namaha definitely knows the fast fan room, which is a beautiful strat for anyone who's not seen it. I never get tired of looking at that one. It's also really simple. I actually sat down and learned it. It looks a lot more difficult than it is.
That can be said for a lot of tricks.
Yes, true. It's literally like you walk into the corner, hop right a bit, back walk a bit, hop right, blow up a bomb chew, hop right, back walk. Obviously I've made it sound a lot easier than it is, but that's pretty much all there is to it.
We are going to have to go into the maze for a small key. So, yeah. Shadow's being shadowy.
Basically a dungeon apart still.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's no way. And on this day, man has defeated machine.
I feel like Trez kind of outdid himself with this seed because it's terrible, but not in a way that anyone would have expected. Like, we would expect, oh, it's going to be all dungeons, and it's going to be stupid bait and dumb chains of logic, and... No, this was... 2 Way of the Hero hints for wallets.
And another way of the hero for Sarias for forest axe.
No, yeah, Shadow, I'm saying that's what, people expect when you say it's a bad baits, and there's going to be, surprise AD and all of that kind of stuff. And this is, this was terrible in a whole new unexpected way.
The seed is actually pretty straightforward. It just needed better hints.
Oh, there's the key. Straight back out of there.
2 Wallet Way of the Heroes. We may never see it again. But I don't think we want to see it again.
You know, if I'm just gonna say, songs are bad enough in this game with X.
You cut out there.
Everyone says about like songs being bad enough in this game. Why is Roska making them complex?
Okay, you keep cutting out.
I can see myself being picked up on the stream. That's really weird. Okay.
All right. Oh, getting fisted. That I should have thought about that before I said that.
My instant reaction was like Dan's game. Just then,
Bongo's down.
Alright, I tweaked Discord things a bit, and I'm hoping it's working now. Also, the thing I was saying earlier about Roska's Scarecrow song was that the song, he's already struggled enough playing songs in this seed. Why did he pick such a complex Scarecrow song just to make things even more difficult for himself?
I thought he did the circle.
Yeah, but then he just spent like, he had to do like 3 or 4 circles to get it the last time. It's really easy to miss a note while you do it. It's really easy to just like accidentally jump between 2 locations, like left to right or something. And yeah, when he went to play the Scarecrow song in Shadow, it he was just like 3 or 4 circles going around.
As someone who else does the circles, I know the struggle of the circle.
Which controller do you use?
I use a GameCube controller.
Ah, so I use GameCube controller, and it's just like Y and X for me. It's just left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
I don't know. I'm too lazy to like alternate because I feel like I'm gonna mess it up and go right, left, right, left, right, left. But I've gotten pretty good at playing this. Shadow Temple could have been foolish from what we're seeing, yes. I didn't see like a scale in there or a...
Yeah, we don't know if there was anything in the far end. We didn't see the last 2 checks.
I mean, our last foolish doesn't have to be a temple. It just can be a temple.
Yeah, it could just be any other location. I don't think there's a minimum. I think it's... No, I've definitely had seeds where it's been like... ridiculous Way of the Heroes, Crazy Jet, like Lost Woods, Death Mountain Trail, Gerudo Valley levels. Well, I wonder if that's... I don't think that's Zero Foolish Dungeons.
Once saw a seed where the seed was so convoluted that it only had barren dungeons. I think it was a barren fire, a barren forest, and like a barren Jabu, and that was it.
I was going to say, I want a weekly seed where there aren't enough hints. Like, it has to change the hints.
I remember I saw one seed where they did the open bridge, all you need is magic.
Mm-hmm.
And the seed was so jet that it said there were fire arrows were Way of the Hero for no reason. Because it needed to put another Way of the Hero. So, Fields Way of the Hero. For these fire arrows that you don't need.
So by the way, chat, now is a good time. If any of you have any ideas for questions to ask these two, if they can join us afterwards, now is a good time to get them in. We have a couple of things I'm sure that... Oh, wow. Roska is... Okay, managed to jump on... Or get over the edge there. It's always one of those things with that, like, you hang off the edge, and then when you climb up, you kind of want to hop on the edge. Oh, there's Namaha doing the fast fan room.
That does look... Oh my god, it's amazing. I've actually never seen that one.
Yeah, it's basically you get in the, like, left corner by the door as you enter, and then you just, like, hop right 4 times, back walk about 5 steps, hop right 3 times, backflip with a chew, hop right 3 more times, and then just back walk and take off the hovers the second time you start hovering. And you can just back walk all the way through to the door. It's really good.
And Roska on the Ganon fight. And for anyone wondering, I don't think anyone was wondering. No, I did not predict this one correctly.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Since it might have been the last scheduled race in the first round, it's not the last race to happen in the first round.
Winner's bracket first round.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Feels weird to call it winner's bracket when neither of them have won a match yet.
They won in qualifiers.
I guess. Feels like a cop-out.
It is! And phase 1 down for Ganon. Oh, that's phase 2? What?
Yeah, that was the whole fight.
I'm awake. I'm alert.
And there we are, Roska coming in first.
And we are joined by Roska and Namaha. GG's.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Congrats.
I was worried.
Don't worry, I think I probably couldn't have played this one any worse than I did.
As soon as I found the bow and fire, I thought I was in trouble.
I think my first bow was bottom of the well, actually. Although I
Yeah,
found
no.
the one in fire not long after that. And then
That
felt
bottom of the
pretty
well,
silly.
I think, was my third bow.
There was a point from our end where the only item missing was the boomerang, and we knew that there was something else in GTG, so we kind of figured it has to either be the boomerang or like strength leading to boomerang or something.
Right, yeah.
But at that point, Roska needed to do bottom of the well, Namaha needed to do child side spirit.
The thing I forgot to do after I did bottom of the well really early? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's the one. That was probably my biggest routing mistake, was forgetting to do that. I think overall that cost me the most time. Like, I went to ice early, which was definitely a big gamble. It didn't end up paying out.
I actually forgot I had ice available for most of the run. I
Ice
didn't remember it
was-
until I was going back to do Jabu.
Oh yeah,
Ice was
skipping
probably the difference
Kokiri
maker
sword
here.
chest cost me a bit too.
That too. Yeah, ice was probably the biggest difference. That in and of itself might just about be the right amount of time there.
In terms of time it cost me, I think the child spirit being delayed cost me way more, because it made me, if I hadn't done that, if I had done that at the end of bottom of the well like I'd planned to originally before going back adult, I would have prevented myself from double dipping 3 dungeons: fire, forest, and water temple. Like, I could have got them all in one go instead.
Yeah, fair.
And that's a big amount of time lost. Even though I had warps and FW to kind of mitigate it, but it was still pretty bad.
I was trying to make a decision if I do fire first or forest first.
Without Minuet Orbital Arrow, yeah.
Especially finding that bow in fire.
Right, yeah.
Because I did, like, I checked for vanilla bow.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't have strength for like 2.5 hours, so rip me.
Yeah, I'd actually be really curious to find out where the other strength in this seed was. And we were kind of speculating, if Namaha finds strength, then he can just go in and do spirit, and we're like, and then never get the hammer. Oh no.
I really want to know where the first scale is.
The second scale being where it was pretty funny.
Yep.
Doritos letter check, yeah.
So there were a couple of moments.
Do a shadow.
I gotta bring them up. There are a couple of moments of autopilot, it seemed like, on both sides. Roska, your one was a little more, a little more standard, I guess, playing Serenade to get to Jabu.
Oh, yeah.
Namaha, your one I don't know if I've seen before, going towards the toilet.
Toilet
without
without
you didn't have irons.
I was like, yeah, so I was planning on doing it when I got there, but then I realized I didn't have the hook shot yet. And then I got the hook shot, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, I'll just do toilet now, because I can do that. I can get into the toilet room. And it didn't even occur to me that I didn't have the iron roots until I'd already jumped in the water. That was pretty good. Good times.
Also,
I had some problems with songs today.
we did notice a bit.
I think my controller is starting to wear down.
I've had to move on to my second controller now.
I have a second
my
brand
first.
new one sitting around here. I just need to find it again.
So, to get onto the biggest offender here, the hints in this seed.
Yeah.
Here, let me open them again.
Yeah,
see.
close the sheet.
Desert Heat was
Of
garbage.
note, Way of the Hero
Valley hint
was
was
in Gerudo
garbage.
Valley.
Oh yeah, for the wallet.
The 2
Yeah.
wallets
That I
for
didn't
Zora
even get.
Tunic.
Yeah, that was good. Lost Woods was the other, right? That had the wallet.
Yeah.
Lost Woods was the
Yeah.
other wallet.
And then Colossus for Saria for forest access. Woo!
Yeah. And then your hookshot and your boomerang.
Yeah, and the other 2 were both GTG.
It was the only good hint. Was the GTG Way of the Hero?
Yes, absolutely.
What was the
So that
third
other scale,
Baron, by the
right?
way? I only had Lon Lon and Gerudo.
Neither of you found it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That other scale, Boulder Maze Bombable Pit.
In Fire Temple? Oh yeah, there's no way
Yep.
I was getting that. That's how late Hammer was for me. Yeah. Nice.
I was going to say, we were saying about the hints at that point because we didn't know the third foolish hint, and you both got up to the top of Zora's River with the cuckoo, but also with Zelda's Lullaby. And we were like, are they going to check the top hint? Nope, straight into Zora's Domain.
I did that twice. Once as adult, twice as child, I think. Because I did an early domain to turn in the letter.
Yeah, we were discussing about that as well because you may have not
Wasn't-
noticed given the time you got it, but you left a slingshot behind in there,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
could have pointed towards Child Spirit, we thought.
I don't know if that would have made me more likely to go Child Spirit, just because I had choose at that point, and that's good enough for me to.
We
want to
were
go Child Spirit.
yeah, there was some thing.
But it may have changed things up for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were some theories going on in chat of whether you were avoiding Child Spirit because it wasn't logically available.
Nope. Just completely forgot about it after
Alright.
doing Bottom of the Well like an idiot. I mean, I found like good items in Bottom of the Well, so I was like, oh, I guess I'll go use these items as adult and warped the Temple of Time instead of to the desert.
I think I only did 4 checks in Bottom of the Well, then I bailed because that was go mode.
The irons, or
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't remember if that was what was there.
So you want to know where that
That
last
is
strength
correct,
was, huh?
Sponge. I would love to know. Yes.
So Namaha, if you had validated yourself, we would know where it is.
I thought about it. Not gonna lie.
Of course.
Of course.
It was the Ganon's Power Boss key chest, of course. What were the other? Oh, right, we wanted to know the other foolish, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was assuming it was going to be Jabu. I don't think anything was in there.
So neither of you checked the hint, even after you got Nocturne, that would have told you that Dodongo's Cavern. It was foolish choice.
It was the Dongos? Oh, man.
Yeah, I think were all of Shadow, Jabu, and DC Baron in this?
Believe so. I mean, we don't know for
And
sure with
skipped
Shadow.
2 checks in Shadow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's left to find? We know where everything is at this point, right?
Also, Shadow can tell us.
Oh, the other hint for the foolish of Dodongos? Like Hylia Corner.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I never found the 50 skull hint either.
Yeah, where's
Oh, yeah. Neither did I.
Just kind of praying that wasn't actually required for a while.
Let's see. Oh, Hyrule Castle Storm's Grotto.
Good,
course.
good.
And the other Lake Hylia Corner.
Oh, good stuff.
good
Like,
stuff.
hell yeah, actually having decent hints. I almost 3-songed, like with the old Gerudo Valley to Lake 3-song this seed. That would have actually been OP.
I opted to do that because I did the Kokori sword chest. I had my bombs.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that, so I just went early adult. That cost me a fair bit of time too, not having the bombs for a good 30 minutes or so. I mean, there were the chews at least, but still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It felt like even though you might not grab the bombs fast, they really were throwing bomb chews at you.
Yeah.
It felt like the biggest cost in not getting the bomb bag wasn't in actually having the bombs, but in having to go back out to get to bomb tube bowling for Russo's ladder.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say as well. I would have just had that on my first trip to market easily, so could have saved some time there. Oh well.
So your next match is
Oh boy.
Oh, easy, right? The guy that lost to the 31 seed? Yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine.
It's kind of
Definitely not
crazy.
sweating right now.
Yeah. So yeah, for anyone in chat who doesn't know, it'll be in losers bracket, Namaha versus ATZ.
Round 1, baby. Losers bracket. Let's go.
And Roska versus Killer App. So yeah. Any other thoughts on that match or like those matches going forwards?
Scared.
I think the question is for Namaha. If you get a Way of the Hero's spirit, when will you be Twinrova?
Oh, that's the first thing I do if I get a Way of the Hero spirit. If it's just not a Baron spirit, that's the first thing I do. Just rush Twinrova. Never skip Twinrova. Killer app learned.
Any other
Where was
questions?
the Zora tunic?
Yeah, where was the
Ganon's
Zora?
castle, I assume. Could have been in shadow at the end.
Chest.
Light trial, yeah, figures.
You could have gotten that on your way up. On your way back, yeah.
Yeah.
Just get your validation to get your strength 3 to go to light trial to get your Zora tunic. Who wins Namaha versus ATZ, chat?
TBD.
Yeah, who wins? All of us, the viewers. Yay.
Yes. But Namaha, one last quick question. Do you think your new robotic arm gave you any...
Well, I'm still learning to use it a little bit.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to for sure. Going my whole life with regular arms. It's a sudden transition for sure, so, Maybe in the losers bracket match I'll be more practiced and have that robotic advantage I need to actually compete with the man himself.
You'll have it fine-tuned.
Exactly, yeah.
Any other questions or comments on the scene?
No,
You're all good on this end?
All right.
I didn't like it very much.
Hints, period.
The seed itself was fine. I just feel like I played it poorly.
By the way, this is the first time I've reversed Wasteland and remembered to open the gate.
Hey.
That's a challenge. That is really a challenge.
Very nice.
Every other time I've done it, I go back to GTG, and I'm standing at the gate going, "Yep, forgot something."
Still,
Yeah, I think I remember you did that on a weekly, like a week ago, at like 3 hours, and you're just like, "No, we're done."
I've done it a couple times where I get like halfway across. I'm like, "Oh, warp to the lake."
Anyways, so I guess it's time to wrap up here, unless somebody does have something more.
I don't think so.
Just a couple things coming up tomorrow. We do have another Ocarina of Time tournament race, 2 p.m. Eastern. Zeph versus Engineer. That's actually winners bracket round 2. But also tomorrow we have the first seeding race for the Twilight Princess Any Percent tournament.
Is Trez in
4
that?
p.m. Eastern. No, unfortunately, I don't think he's good enough at the moment to do that. So thank you everybody for joining us, and I see somebody's shout out to our track. And then we also had Yoshi and Xenu. Thanks as our.
Thank you.
Any other final words?
All good.
Yeah, I think we're good here.